Fan.
All right, 6:02 in the Rose City. Time for Dirt and Sprague on Portland Sports Leader 1080 The Fan. And it feels very weird to say that. It's been a long time.
What is happening?
Welcome back.
Hey, we're still alive. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
There's a couple of Miller High Lifes in here in the studio. We leave for a week. People are popping Miller High Lifes in the studio. What happened?
High Life's on the desk. We got a Jeremy Piven poster. I don't know what's going on at the Fan right now, but we're back.
Where's the Jeremy Piven poster?
It's on the
that?
desk. It's on the desk.
Oh, yeah. Jeremy Piven. Was he in studio on Friday? Or was that a phoner?
Friday morning in studio with Luke.
Jeremy Piven in studio with Luke Anderson Friday morning.
The one time a comedian is willing to come in studio is the one time we're not here.
While we were out, Luke Anderson ended up doing stand-up comedy for Jeremy Piven.
Also, is Jeremy Piven a comedian?
I think so.
He made me laugh in Entourage.
He did.
With the written lines that they provided him?
He was great in Entourage.
It made me laugh. I thought it was comedy.
Okay. All right. Comedic actor, comedian.
I always thought that he was more of a guy who played a very funny role on TV, but not a super funny guy off camera.
Comedic actor, stand-up comedian. Totally different scenario.
Yeah, he always felt like a very dramatic actor for me. Like every time I saw an interview with him, he was very dry, very serious. I never knew that stand-up comedy was his thing, but maybe it is now.
Well, I think he got canceled.
Oh.
If I'm
He got canceled?
I think he kind of got canceled and then but like not all the way.
For the Ari Gold character? Or for other stuff? Jeremy Piven was up to other stuff?
I might have this wrong. I might already be slandering. But
I don't remember any of that.
You're on the right path. I don't know if you're fully there.
I think he kind of got
but you're-
canceled, and then he like didn't get all the way canceled, but like nobody really. I mean, when was the last time you saw him in something?
It's been a while since I've seen Jeremy Piven in something.
So I think he's like, all right, well, I'm not Ari Gold's not striking gold right now. I'm going to go into stand-up comedy.
Let's go ahead and jump
that's
back
easy.
in. Let's jump into those waters. That'd be great.
Yeah, either way, it's nice to be back.
It's good to be back. I was a week off.
Felt like more than a week.
It did feel like a long time.
Did you? I don't know if you reached what I would call Valhalla, where it was like the perfect sweet spot where it felt like forever and also went by pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was a great combination.
Does that make sense?
It was, because we were busy. There was a holiday mixed in there. There was the 4th of July. So that was, hey, look at that. Happy 4th of July, everybody. We missed you on the 4th of July. It was definitely a combination of feels like I've been off for 6 months, but also last night, like, damn, I'm already going back to work. That went kind of quick.
It was exactly what I was thinking yesterday.
Like, as the week went on, it was like, it's only Wednesday. I got another couple of more days before I got to go back. And people are texting me, when are you coming back on the show? It's like, I'll be back Monday. Don't worry about it. And then all of a sudden it dawned on you. We got to go back to work now.
I forget the name, but I met a very nice I met a few listeners during the break off, which is always great. But somebody's like, hey, man, I love the show. I was like, hey, man, thanks. He goes, when are you coming back? I was like, I don't know if I am.
I might not, dude. I feel pretty good right now. I don't know if I want to go back to work.
My wife on Saturday was like, hey, you go back to work, because she heard a promo for the show when we were driving back we would play pickleball till like 9:45 at night.
Yeah, look at you at 1080p1 listening on a Saturday night.
Well, it was just on, and I heard the promo, and I'm like, this is awkward. So I turned it down, and the wife's like, oh, you're going back soon. Are you ready? And I was like, I'm having a great time.
No, I'm kind of enjoying this, to
be
honest with you.
Pickleball, I played golf, I went to the beach. I'm in the river. I'm in a lake.
Yeah.
Like, I'm having a good time.
I'm going to the pool every day.
Oh,
it's great.
Fantastic.
Dude. Going out to lunch, hanging out, sleeping in.
Taking care of a garden, helping my father-in-law with the shed. Like, I'm doing all kinds of stuff.
I got time for activities right now.
That's good.
The most dangerous thing for me when I'm off for that amount of time is that first couple of days are always tough because you wake up early no matter what. But it doesn't take me that long to change my sleep cycle, and so I can get back into like staying up late, sleeping in a little bit cycle if the kid allows me.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up having a really good week of sleep, and so that was great for on vacation. I wasn't up in the middle of the night, but that's the danger for me being off for a week. Like by the time Thursday, Friday rolled around, no problem staying up late, no problem sleeping until like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, you're in what I would call a trouble zone as a parent. I'm glad you brought this up organically, because Teddy Ballgame is over a year old.
Yes, he is. Year and a half.
He's a year and a half
Year and a half, man.
And so he's well on his way to 2.
How many months is he now? How many months old is he?
They like to say terrible 2s. I think you could say terrible 3s, 4s, 5s, 6, 7, 8, 9. It doesn't stop, dude. It's never going to stop.
I'd argue terrible 1s have been a thing.
But the sweet spot and weird spot you're in is still waking up.
Yes.
He is about 6 months from, he might wake up once, but that's just to come sleep in your bed.
Sure.
But it ain't to cry.
No.
And, I need milk.
He's just going to come wander on in the middle of the night.
His
Get
little
those
patter.
feetsies.
Yeah, he'd be scared. Oh, I got to go to mom and dad. And I'd nip that in the bud as soon as you can. But the trouble I was going to say is that's going to feel great for you. And that's also around the time that I think your second child conversation is going to start.
Sure.
If it hasn't
And
already.
then things get a little more difficult.
And then you're restarting this and you're going back to the crying baby thing.
Oh, no, kid number 2 conversation has already begun.
Oh, I know it has.
The discourse
I
is
know.
there. The dialogue is there. We're in committee. We have not
You're
left.
embracing debate?
We're in committee. We have not left. We're not ready for a House floor vote yet, but we're deliberating. We're seeing what kind of pork we can put in the bill. We're talking about things that are going to be needed and the costs and the expenses and all that. And essentially, you know what I am right now? I am, and maybe this isn't the right strategy long term, but in my head it is. I'm Jonathan Smith right now. We're milking the clock.
You're milking it.
We're milking the clock
Yeah.
as long as we can milk the
Well,
clock.
you're going to lose.
I'm going to lose.
You're ultimately going to lose.
I've already accepted defeat in the battle, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that I can't win a couple of small victories along the way.
Right.
And that I can't delay this thing as long as humanly possible.
You should create, you know what I've wanted to do, and I've talked about this with my wife. My daughter did this to us, and I got to give her credit. She did a really good job, and she ended up winning an argument. She made a PowerPoint presentation.
Did she really?
Of something she wanted, and she ended up getting it.
Dude, that's genius.
And so I was thinking, like, I want to do this, but I want to do this for something with my extended family, where me and my wife and her sisters and their families, we usually go on trips.
You want to be the couple in couples retreat.
Well, but we're not getting divorced.
Sure, it's not a marital problem,
Save
but
our marriage.
let's bring
trip.
everybody together
Right.
and look at this great island vacation.
But my PowerPoint would be trip with no cell phone.
Ooh.
You put it in a lockbox.
Ooh.
You can have it at the very end when you're going to bed.
Yeah.
But we're not walking around. We're not filming people at weird angles. We're not taking photos of half-eaten burgers. Like, none of that crap is happening. And that's my I want to make a PowerPoint of this. I think you should make a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And I think you, in one of the slides, you give great statistics of why the benefit of having one child
Sure.
trumps having two.
Yeah, see, and I
And
know,
include
yeah.
the cost analysis
The
in that
cost
as well.
analysis, the cost plus analysis there is one of the key figures.
That's one of the top
in the
things, yes.
negotiation tactics. The other one is, too, also like, hey, we're not that far away from preschool for kid number 1. And by the time he's in preschool, do you know how much easier it will be to watch one kid at least for a chunk
it's
of the
gonna be
day at
so
home
glorious.
than it would be 2? And so we're not that far off. That's my whole argument right now.
Yep.
I'm not asking you to wait 5 more years. We don't need to be in our mid-40s here having another kid. But can I run out the clock a couple of more months and so we're a little bit closer to preschool starting?
Now, how committed are you individually to 2 kids?
The idea of starting over is... We're kind of past that stage now, We're I could see a finish line.
You are feeling a sweet
I can
spot
hey,
here.
we're close to no more diapers,
Yeah.
and we're functioning, and now we're saying words. And when I'm
Yes.
thirsty, I say Wawa. I can hand you your water.
He's dunking a basketball.
He's dunking basketballs.
I see this.
We're encroaching on a fun period of time,
know.
and then it's the whole thought of wait a minute. You want me to go back to square one? You want me to go back to the beginning there?
Yep.
And I got to start that all over again?
And sometimes the second's worse than the
It
first.
very well could be.
Mm.
It very well could be. This is my nightmare. This is my nightmare.
Ask Ortner's parents. He
Yeah.
was the worst.
Oh, absolutely the worst kid.
His brother was great.
Not
Still
even
hanging on. I'm eating all their food.
He's
Gonna
still-
go over there tonight, eat
Still
more.
hanging on, milking off the parents, man. This is my nightmare. I'm going to have a Will Ortner.
Oh, my
Oh
God.
no, you would be thrilled. Someone finally tall in your family. It'd be
That
great.
is true. If I got a kid with your genes, I'd be pretty psyched about
Yeah,
that.
you wouldn't have to get on your tippy toes to get the cereal from the top at the Safeway.
You could break the cycle of shortness in my family. It'd be wonderful.
Oh, man. I feel
so
for
yeah,
you.
we're doing that. That's how things are going right now in
There
our
was
household.
surprisingly a lot that happened while we were out.
There really was.
Like on Tuesday last week, maybe it was Wednesday. You know what? I don't know. It was one of the early days last week. I remember opening the phone and I'm like, what's happening today? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
And then I was like, those are good topics for whoever's doing the shows.
We could be talking about those. I'm going to save those for a week from now. Let's do 4 segments on what we missed while we were on vacation. What do you think? Big 12 Media Day audio. Do you want to go through that?
I think that's one of my favorite radio host bits in the industry is when a host is out for an extended period and it's like, coming up next, everything I missed.
You could tell about the extended vacation seeping into the
It
prep
seeped into the
time and
prep
like,
show,
I don't
yeah.
really feel like prepping for tomorrow's show. I've been on vacation for a week. Let's talk about things that happened last week.
Coming up next, Deion Sanders steps in it last Wednesday.
Can you
we
believe-
talk about it on a Monday.
Last Tuesday, this happened in the NBA. What? No way.
Scott Frost hates his alma mater.
How about Scott Frost taking shots? Old Nebraska.
Yeah.
He's not going to be invited back to the 1997 title championship parade anytime soon, I'd imagine.
Weird decision by him to do that.
Yeah, you could just kind of take the high horse on your way out.
You got the buyout, buddy.
You got $35 million to not work anymore.
You had a free education. You got God knows what as a player when you were dominating.
Yes.
And then you got the buyout because they brought you back as the prodigal son. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I just
hold it.
Hold
Take
it.
the blame.
I
You
failed.
clearly were to blame.
I screwed up. I should have been better. It didn't work out. I'm glad to be back at Central Florida.
Exactly. That's all you need to say.
Very easy answer.
Sorry
there.
it didn't work out. I still love you.
I love you. We won a national championship together in 1997. Well, kind of, because it was a half of a title.
Now I'm in our old conference and you're in a different conference and we've moved on from one another. It's
That's
not
right.
very hard.
That's one of those teams I always forget about in conference realignment. Central Florida and the Big 12's one that's going to take
They
a
bought
while.
their way in.
It's going to take a while to sink in for me.
I saw a thing while I was on vacation that said Jensen Wong is now like NVIDIA's worth $4 trillion.
Let's go, Beavs are back.
And all I thought was like, dude, it cost you nothing to your life.
$50 million. That's all we're asking for.
How about $150 million? Get us in a conference.
Buy our way.
Blow up this new Pac-12. Get me in that Big
We
12.
don't want to be in there or poach schools away to the new Pac-12.
Yeah,
Rebuild
where's
the
Memphis? Go buy them.
Yeah, go buy Memphis and
Tulane,
Tulane.
get them in there.
Now we're talking.
Go steal a big time conference team too. Who's a garbage ass Big Ten team that would love to leave?
Ooh.
Because you could get Cal Stanford. You could easily
Stanford would, take it in a
You
heartbeat.
could talk them into this
if you paid for it. There's somebody in the Big Ten that would bolt. There's
Who's
got to
the
be
Big Ten team that makes the most sense?
As long as you're willing to make the economics match, because
Maryland.
that's the biggest thing. Getting Maryland would be pretty funny, although I think they'd prefer to be in the ACC.
Yes.
For football reasons. Like Northwestern, what's Northwestern doing? They're never going to win anything.
No, never.
Minnesota's never winning a conference championship.
I'd love to. I'm trying to get PJ Fleck on the
Dude,
show again this year.
They'll come row the boat with you.
Oh
Great
my
little
God.
stadium,
PJ
fun
rocks.
city to
PJ
go
was so great.
go visit that city, right? It's
Yeah.
a great place to go.
Minneapolis is a really good road
Yeah,
destination.
I think Purdue would be listening to your offer too. Our coach just sucked. He got fired.
We
had to
whooped
hire the
Purdue's
guy.
ass. I don't know if I want that.
You don't want that. It's too much of a bottom feeder for
Give
you.
me a better
You
team.
want a better team than
Yeah,
that?
give me more of a challenge.
I mean, UCLA should accept the invite, but they're probably
I agree with
stupid
that,
and they
100%.
wouldn't because we want to be with USC. We're a big boy too.
$4 trillion is just mind blowing.
Yeah, that's got to be like the feeling of having very rich parents that don't want to give you any money because it's there.
Yeah,
You know, it's like
he's
hey,
given the university money.
he has.
He's
you know.
not a sports
They're
guy.
the things that people don't care about, like academics.
Less leather jackets, more Oregon
Yes.
State football-based related donations.
We could be a powerhouse in every sport if you just opened up the pocketbook.
I also didn't know if we'd come in today with any Epstein news.
You want to talk about the files?
I mean,
You read
everybody
'em?
else is.
You got a binder over there? You got them? Huh?
I'm not promising to have them and then
No.
telling you I don't have them.
Are you in them?
suddenly.
Are we in them? We're not in them, are we?
Are they real or are they not real? I
They-
couldn't decide because the narrative was they weren't
Could
real.
go either way at this point.
And then it turned into they were made by my enemies. And I was like, are they real or are they made by your enemy?
I think
Which
they're
one
fake.
is
They're
it?
real. They're fake. Fake. Real. Real fake.
They're on your desk or are they not on your desk?
They could be there. You never know.
Jeremy Piven's on my desk.
Jeremy Pivot is on the desk, as is a Miller High Life.
I saw from my email Luke did perform at his show. Does anybody know how that went?
I kind of want video of it.
Yeah.
I'd love to play it
That'd
on.
be pretty awesome.
If I were him, I'd want audio of it and play it on one of my shows that
Now,
I do.
we've known, I would say this. I think we've known Luke long enough to say this confidently. Luke knew he was teeing up, getting himself on that show, going into that interview,
He
right?
went in with a goal in mind
He
in that
did,
interview,
right?
and he accomplished
Am
that
I
goal.
wrong?
You know, I used to do stand-up comedy. What? No way!
I just want to know if he felt like he knocked it out of the park.
That was me.
I'm going to text him.
When we went to Vegas in 2019.
Oh, God.
Thinking to myself that Kevin Todd's going to give me 10 grand.
It was 2016, dude.
Was it 20? Wasn't that long ago?
That was the last year the Steelers won a playoff game.
That's right. They were in the AFC title game.
Yeah,
That's right.
they won the AFC title game.
That was me. I went into that trip thinking I'm going to find a way to get this guy to give me like 10 grand to gamble on in Vegas. It didn't work out, but I went in with a goal.
You didn't even ask.
I know I didn't. That's a big ass.
Chicken ass.
Hey, how many chips you got over there? They did make a lot of money that weekend. They could have afforded 10 grand for me.
They did.
Poor little Dirt could have taken your money.
Oh, little Dirt and Sprague.
Little Dirt and Sprague running around.
Hanging out with Jay Moyer. High on drugs.
Hell of a time, man.
All right. Well, it's going to be a good show today. I'm sad that Swag's not in just because we haven't worked with Swag in a long time, but I'm happy to have Ortner in. Ortner was hammered on our gambling show yesterday.
Was not.
On a Sunday night? You got hammered on a
100%.
Sunday night?
No,
with Ortner?
no, I wasn't.
What is the
No,
matter with
I
you?
was not.
Did we need an intervention? Do you have a
No,
problem?
Dirt, he
there
looked
was a
like
camping
every
trip.
character in that 70s show when they're at the table sharing thoughts.
Well, they're not hammered when they're doing that.
Yeah, so you were high as a
I
kite
didn't
on
say
the
you were
gambling
hammered
show
with
last
alcohol.
night?
No,
Whoa,
no.
bloodshot eyes? Well,
No,
Ortner,
no.
come
I am.
on, buddy.
I am very swollen. It was a rough drinking weekend.
What? I know what?
I can't put my
Try
shoes
that.
on, dude.
I don't think we need any more information on that one.
I didn't know that you swelled up when you drink a lot. I didn't know that.
I don't have that problem.
I don't
But I
either.
also don't drink a lot.
You swell up when you drink a lot?
Apparently, I do, and I need Tums now if I'm gonna drink.
God,
I
you're
didn't
getting
know
old
that.
quick,
Well,
dude.
the Tums, yeah, that is
I didn't
given,
know that.
But
Yeah.
swelling up,
You know, there's a max of those you can eat, by the way.
yes, there is.
Found
Shouldn't
that
take,
out.
shouldn't take the whole
I
tub.
think it's a recommended do not exceed. I don't know if it's a max. You know what I mean?
Well,
It's like Tylenol
it got
and ibuprofen.
exceeded.
Like you probably shouldn't do
don't
more
do
than
like
like
8 of these.
8 and 24 hours is probably too much.
Potentially got exceeded.
All right, well, let's get it going. We have a lot of sports to talk about. The fever. The fever is hanging over this city in a way that we could have predicted it on Friday. Oh, I'm so excited to
The
talk
most
about it.
obvious thing
The most
that
obvious.
anybody could have seen coming
Ooh-wee.
transpired over the weekend.
All right, let's get it going. Dirt and Spray, good to be back. We start next on The Fan. SEC Media Days are kicking off. Greg Sankey is currently at the podium saying God knows what about how this conference is the best conference and everybody else pales in comparison.
Yeah, I'll paraphrase for you. We're God's gift to football. We're going to win every national championship. We deserve 9 spots in the college football playoff. Bend the rules to favor us.
Don't forget the other quote. We've helped ruin the sport, but it's not my responsibility to care about that.
It's not my fault the Pac-12 died.
So we may get some stuff out of SEC Media Day. I just think in general, seeing Media Days, Big 12 was nice. That was good. You got SEC. The ACC is going to start, and you got the Big 10 is last.
Yeah.
I think in general, just seeing the SEC logo, it's like, oh, my God. Football is almost here.
That's the part of it that gets exciting. There's not a lot that comes out of Media Days. The interviews can be fun. When we get people from time to time, or in years past when we've done Media Day shows, they've been really enjoyable, but it's just football being on your television.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Right.
Not fully football, but there's highlights. People are talking about the year. You realize we're like 6 weeks away from this thing beginning.
Which makes me kind of sad because I'm really enjoying my summer.
Summer's almost over, dude.
Yeah.
Milk it while it lasts.
It really is.
It's going quick.
Midway point tomorrow.
What did I tell you? It's going fast, man.
So I come back and there's a lot of sports that have happened and news that's happened, and I come back and it's like, oh, hey, all that stuff was last week.
It was all last week.
We want you to open Monday.
Oh, what do we got? Big topic of the day.
MLB All-Star break.
Let's go, baby.
Debate and anger over a player being added to the All-Star roster.
The Miz. This shows how out of tune of baseball I am. I had no clue who this guy was. Randomly turned on a game because I was bored I think it was last week, and they were playing the Dodgers, and he just happened to be pitching, and I'm like, damn, dude, this guy's who the hell is this guy? I never heard of him before. He's unbelievable. And then I saw he made the All-Star team.
Now, I don't know if I'm saying his last name correctly because all I've heard him reference as is The Miz, which is also a wrestler, so it's kind of confusing in some ways.
Yes, it is.
Jacob Mizorowski?
Mizorowski. I think it's Roski. I think.
Ra or Ra?
Ra. Mizorowski. I thought.
Ortner's a degenerate. He's not helping at all.
No. He's hungover.
I have not hungover. I have a Hawkinson accent, and you don't need me trying to pronounce things.
Yeah, because that's a thing.
What's the Hawkinson accent?
Means I mess people's names up, and instead of saying sorry, I blame my accent.
Oh, okay. That's a good call.
Gaslight.
He has made just 5 starts for the Brewers.
5 starts.
He's replacing my boy Matty Boyd.
He is.
Did you see Matty Boyd's last outing, by the way?
Matt Boyd's had a hell of a year, man.
Dude,
what a cool resurgence of his career.
A great career he has had in Major League Baseball. Under the radar Beaver. He had 8 shutout innings at Yankee Stadium.
Yep.
Like, that has to be a top 3 moment of your life.
I would imagine so. He's
Right?
had a good MLB career.
He has,
But
yes.
he's been around a long time. To see him have this kind of year this late in his career is pretty badass.
But so this Mizorowski guy is going to replace Boyd. He's an amazing young pitcher.
Yes, he is.
But he's made just 5 starts. This has pissed off multiple Philadelphia Phillies.
The Phillies are not happy about
Trey
this.
Turner said it's a joke. He said it's effing terrible. I mean, what? That's terrible, dude. And then Castellanos added that it's turning into the Savannah Bananas adding this guy.
I mean, let's calm down here, okay? Look, we love you. You hit home runs in really awkward, funny moments. And for that, Castellanos, we will always be a big fan of yours. Why don't we stay in our own lane here? This is not the Savannah Bananas.
They were also arguing for Ranger Suarez and Christopher Sanchez as
I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb here, and maybe I'm out of pocket, and maybe most of America has not heard of Mizorowski, the Miz, out of Milwaukee, like me, until you watch him pitch, and then you'll be blown away with how good he is. Nobody wants to see Ranger Suarez pitch in the All-Star game.
This kid is 4-1 with a 2.83 ERA and 5 starts.
I mean, I'm not kidding you. I had not heard of him before. I don't follow prospects the way that I used to in baseball.
Sure.
I'm not quite as glued into the sport as I used to be.
He's 6'7". He throws 99.
He looks like he's 12. Have you seen a picture of him? I turn on the game and I'm like, who the hell is this kid on the mound for the Brewers? That was my first thought. And then he's shoving like 97 moving cutters and 2-seamers and striking everybody out and just dominating the Dodgers. And I was blown away. And then I looked up, who he was and his prospect ranking. I'm like, damn, this guy's like the golden child of the Milwaukee Brewers organization. It is absolutely hilarious to me to see a sport go through this after we spent years saying, what did Major League Baseball do to grow in popularity? Promote their stars, promote their young players, give guys a platform to be seen. How many people around the country are watching Milwaukee Brewer baseball games?
Not a lot.
Not a lot of people, right? And if I didn't randomly stumble on one, I still would have never seen him pitch and been like, who's this kid for the Brewers? How the hell did he make the All-Star game? This is exactly what baseball needs to be doing. We did this last year with Paul Skeens, and nobody cared because he had Livy Dunn on his arm, and she was hanging out in the stands looking hot, and everybody's like, this is great. He's in the All-Star game. That was 11 starts. Is there a big difference between 5 and 11? 11's acceptable. 5 is inexcusable because this guy has some of the best stuff in the sport, and you should be promoting your young stars.
Skeens, by the way, fun fact, last year by the All-Star break, he was 4-1 with a 1.9 ERA.
Yeah.
He is now at the All-Star break this year. He's going to start. He's 4-8 with a 2 ERA.
He has not won a game.
He's not gotten worse almost any way, and yet his record is terrible.
He has a 1.2 ERA in the month of July. Not long, only 14 days. 1.2 ERA in July. He has not won a game since May.
I'm trying to find. I had a stat.
He has not won a start since May.
Here it is.
That's truly depressing.
This is. I texted this to Ortner last week, actually. I saw this. Only pitchers in Major League Baseball history to record a 19-start span with a sub-2 ERA, 90-plus strikeouts, and fewer than 5 wins are DeGrom and Skeens.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So even Mariner fan that's like, Felix 2.0. It's like, no, he's actually in a worse situation than somehow Felix was.
Felix could find a way to at least be above 500. And
barely. When he won the Cy Young, I think he was 13 and 12.
He was 13 and 12, I think, the year he won the Cy Young. But still, at least he was at least had a puncher's chance. He was never going to win 20 because their team was too bad. But this is a whole different level, dude.
Oh my God.
He hasn't won a game since May. He's 4-8. If I told you your starting pitcher's record's 4-8, you'd think, that guy must suck.
Yeah.
He's got one of the best ERAs in the entire sport. It's depressing.
Now, there was a video that went viral a few weeks ago that was like a gal talking WNBA, and she was like, would Haley Van Lith even be in the NBA if she had 10,000 Instagram followers? And then people were like, no, she wouldn't. And then that did not age. People got upset by that comment, and that lady ended up, to her credit, apologizing and saying, I probably shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. No disrespect, man.
So basically saying the only reason she's on a team is because she's got a big social media following and she's kind of hot?
Well, I'm just asking, do you think that's what sports is and has been? Or, I'm not saying this Ms. kid isn't deserving.
Sure.
But to the Phillies players, to play devil's advocate, it is only 5 stars.
Only 5 stars, sure.
So is this about...
To me, it's about capitalizing on one of your young stars, and for that, it's incredibly smart. I see the Van Lith argument. The difference there is that this guy legitimately might be one of the best pitchers in baseball over the next 10 years, and I think they are choosing the pathway of how do we give him a platform that people tune into. It's not going to work. It's like the hockey thing with the 4 nations. Everybody's like, man, this is great. They're fighting. Hockey's such a fun sport. Are you going to watch any more hockey? No, we all know the answer to that, but it's good for the moment, and you're like, hey, everybody's talking about the sport. This guy comes in and goes 3 up, 3 down, and strikes out the side in the All-Star game. Everybody will have the same, have you watched him pitch yet? Have you seen any of his highlights?
I've just seen his highlights. The only reason I know his name is because I've seen his highlights on SportsCenter, because when I'm in my home gym, I put SportsCenter on mute. Yeah.
And The Miz, it's a catchy nickname, right?
Yes.
It's one that you'll remember, and you mentioned the WWE star that has the same nickname. I think that's their hope of let's give this young guy a platform and maybe more people will care to follow him. I don't think it's going to work for him, but I'm glad at least baseball's doing something. Look, the Philly players are fine to gripe.
Suarez is 7-3 with a 1.9 ERA.
He's having a good year,
I'd be
dude.
pretty pissed, too.
I would be, too. The Giants had a relief pitcher make the All-Star game that's not even a closer. You know how rare that is? Randy Rodriguez is a middle reliever, and he made the All-Star game. So I don't really know how any of this is working. But whenever they do something to be smart about promoting young stars, I'm all for it. And this guy seems to be can't miss.
Is the All-Star in baseball, you guys help me with this real quick and then we'll go. Is All-Star in baseball becoming Pro Bowl in the NFL?
There's a little bit of that for sure.
Because it feels like I'm seeing a lot of replacements.
There's a lot of replacements.
Like Julio, I think, is backing out of this, right?
Julio backed out, so Randy Arozarena could be in.
Okay, all right.
But Julio, he's also
he wants
already
to focus on the second half,
and because he's already done it a bunch, right? And he was kind of getting ripped for being
I think he's been
every year of his career.
I think that's
every
a
year.
bunch.
That is every
Cal
year
Ripken
of his
did
career.
It a bunch.
That's every year of his career so far. He has been voted.
He was
into
not
the
an
All-Star
All-Star last year. Will Ortner.
Apologize. 2 out of 3.
Are you kidding me?
I apologize.
He's been in the All-Star game twice.
He's been in the league for 3.
Yeah.
This is year 4.
Twice.
Apologize.
2 times is too many times to go to an All-Star game?
Last
Really?
year he wasn't in it, and you're like, he's been in it every year.
I think he was in like $1.90 going into July. He had a good second half last year. Remember, he got off to that horrific start.
He just got hot,
Being
too.
at it twice does not, I don't think, put you at a level of saying, I'm tired
That's
of
like
doing
one
it.
of these old guys.
66% on All-Star games.
Yeah,
know,
that's
but he's only
good.
been twice.
Now he's 75%.
But you're acting like
He's
him
only-
sitting out as him the equivalent of being in the All-Star game for like 12 straight years.
I've been a decade straight. Let some kid take my
75%.
spot.
I'm going to look up how many years
24
Cal
years
Ripken
old.
Jr. made the All-Star game.
75%.
I think Cal Ripken was in the All-Star game every year of his career,
Oh,
essentially.
But
easy
he
there,
didn't-
buddy.
he was-
This is his last year.
He was known for
last
not
year he
missing
famously
All-Star games. He was known for not missing games.
I mean, I think when you get an invite as an All-Star, you should always go because you never know.
Bro,
Those
he was a
aren't guaranteed.
19-time All-Star.
well, Julio might get there. Julio's young.
He's already choosing to sit out.
Hey, don't want to go play. There is something to that, though, because I think they have a rule where every team has to be represented.
Yeah.
So, like,
That was put in a couple years ago.
there will be a Rocky in the All-Star game. There
I've
shouldn't
seen
be.
that kid. I forget the kid's name.
Who's
but
going?
I forget what position, but they announced his name, and somebody looked up his stats, and he's batting like 202.
He's having 202.
Like, I think he has 14 dingers.
That guy's in the All-Star game.
Hunter Goodman,
Hunter Good.
their catcher.
Couldn't tell you who that is for $1 million. What's the name of the Rockies catcher? Couldn't tell you. We
Dude,
played him like 8 times.
When did we start deciding participation trophy for every team? What a bad decision.
It's one of those we feel like every city has to be represented,
No, you
which is
don't.
really dumb. Really dumb.
No, you don't.
I wish the NBA would do that because I was thinking this on my drive-in. We
What
will talk
Blazer?
Blazers. When's the next time the Blazers have an All-Star?
This year, Yong Hansen.
I mean, he probably will get the Chinese vote to get in.
Ortner has a 200-1 Rookie of the Year bet on this
It's
kid.
already looking pretty nice.
It's looking good. Cash it in. What's the buyout offer right now? Huh?
I'll pull it up in the break. I'll look.
Are they offering?
They're
you
not
more?
offering a buyout.
Buyout time.
they're not offering
You see those
one.
passes? It is All-Star Week, though. Welcome to All-Star Week, everybody.
It is All-Star Week. It's here. Is
the
the
home-
home run derby tonight?
I was literally
Yes.
just going to ask that.
Yep, tonight.
Because
Okay.
it was on our show sheet, but our producer sometimes gets his dates wrong,
He
and I don't
absolutely
say anything.
does. I'm excited to watch it, though, tonight.
Okay.
See the big dumper hit some bombs.
All right.
Go take some dumps all over Atlanta.
We have a lot more to get into. We'll get into the Blazers stuff at the top. I got a 6:45 segment right up our alley, Baked with Brandon.
Oh.
I'll walk you through what that is. So, Dirt and Sprague, we're back with more, but first, Ortner with a sports update.
This is an Open Championship Week edition of Dirt and Sprague.
Brought to you by Langdon Farms Golf Club.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on 1080 The Fan.
First on The Fan, the MLB wrapped up the first half of the season on Sunday with the final day of games before the All-Star break. Mariners wrap up their first half with an 8-4 victory to secure a sweep over the Detroit Tigers. Seattle goes into the All-Star break with a 51-45 record. They currently sit in the third and final wild card spot. MLB Home Run Derby is tonight. Cal Raleigh, the MLB home run leader. He's got 38 on the year. He is participating. Currently the betting favorite to win at plus 295. He's followed closely behind by O'Neal Cruz and James Wood, who sit at plus 330 and plus 450. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Will Ortner from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
It's The Fan on FM.
Well, my mama told
Pretty big
me
news while we were gone, and it happened late last week. Clips came back.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. I have no clue what you're talking about.
The rap group?
The rap group Clips?
Pusha T, Malice?
No, I
Grindin'?
I got no clips.
You don't remember Grindin'?
I don't. I mean, I probably remember the song, but I don't remember the. I don't remember.
They had more than one song.
I know, yeah.
Do they have more than one
I'm
song?
just trying to reference a song you might.
Probably a couple albums.
Yeah, I'd probably remember that song. I don't remember anything about that band though.
It was.
The group, singers,
Rap duo.
rap duet. I got nothing for you.
All right, well, we'll move on from
Yeah,
that.
let's go ahead and change that-
We're
change
not
that
going to
pace.
linger there much longer.
That was a brief moment ahead. I'm
It's
like,
okay.
did I miss real breaking news last week? Clippers? What did the Clippers do? What did the Clippers do? That was where my head was going. And then I was drawing blanks. I got nothing for you.
I will not. I'm not going to participate in the quarterback chatter today.
How dare you? Let's rank them. Top 5. Give them to me now.
They're debating 8 and 9 on that list as we speak.
You know, Dak did drop off. So did C.J. Stroud.
Jared Goff at 8, Jalen Hurts at 9. Who do you prefer?
How is Lamar 6th?
Yeah, that's inexcusable.
Now, he's not actually 6th, but how did somebody really list their quarterbacks and put him 6th?
Somebody put 5 other guys ahead of him.
It has to be an all-time hate. I just want to meet the person. I don't even want to engage. I just want to meet the person to go, that's an all-time hater.
Yeah, that's probably somebody in the Atlanta Falcons organization who thought, we don't want that guy. And then he went out and won another MVP. And you signed Kirk Cousins.
Somebody on the Saints. We don't need this guy.
You started Desmond Ridder the next year in Atlanta. That was your thought of quarterback. And he was available for trade. You could have got him, but you just didn't want to pay him.
It is that time of year, though.
It is great. I love
lists.
ranking quarterbacks is one of my favorite things to do.
Now, did you look at other positions? 'Cause
I
this
did
article
not,
came
no.
out. I saw it this morning when I woke up. I went to ESPN, and I'm like, oh, we got a list.
Love a good ranking.
I do, too. This one's from execs, coaches, and scouts. And so they have it broken down by position. And so they have running backs, DTs, edges, receivers. Or receivers is coming out in a couple days, but tight ends, offensive linemen, quarterbacks got released.
Yeah, go ahead and begin. Tell me who are your top 10 offensive linemen in the NFL, Brandon Sprague?
I'm not going to.
You want to break that one down for
No,
me?
because I'm always honest about that. I'll say that's a good group.
It's like, that seems like a good offensive line.
I'm not a guy that tells you who all the interior offensive linemen are, unless it's like maybe somebody that's important to me on my team.
Sure, somebody that plays for your team or somebody there's a connection to. Like Penei Sewell, I know, very good at playing offensive line in the NFL. Where does he rank, though, in the Pantheon? I have no idea.
I'm engaging with the list despite what I just said.
I mean, it's fun to do. I give them a lot of credit. Jalen Hurts not being higher than 9, round of applause. Round of applause.
Really?
Round of applause, dude. It is so easy to get caught up, and he won a Super Bowl. He was great in big games. He's been a good quarterback in his NFL career. Sometimes my thoughts on Jalen Hurts get viewed as slander, but mainly it's just throwing cold water on he's a top 3 guy in the NFL. Like, there's not a GM alive that if you say, who would you rather have, Mahomes or Jalen Hurts, would take Jalen Hurts, or Josh Allen, or Joe Burrow, or Lamar Jackson. The list goes on and on and on. And so you want to put him in the top 10, that's fine. I think it's a debatable one. It's so easy to get caught up in the moment and act like he's better than Lamar Jackson when he certainly is not.
Herbert wasn't even ranked according to one person.
Of course not, dude. Get him out of there. Guy's a
Stafford
bum.
wasn't ranked, but he comes in at 6.
Yeah, how are you not ranking that? I don't understand that. How do you not rank them? You don't think they're top 10 quarterbacks?
I don't know who these people are. Goff wasn't ranked.
Yeah.
This is lowest ranking, their highest ranking, and then what their actual ranking is.
Because Goff ended up at 8, Herbert ended up at
I'll say
7, and
this.
Stafford ended up at 6.
We can get into this later in the show because we got Yong Hansen to talk about, and I want to get baked with Brandon. I'll ask you this, and then we can bring it back when we talk about it again. Who would you rather have, Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson? I'll put a poll question up at Dirt and Sprague. I think most people are going to end up voting one.
I'd probably vote Joe Burrow. Mainly
He's higher ranked.
He's higher ranked. I think you're splitting hairs in the short term. The only thing about him would be, are you asking me for a year or for the next 10 years?
Just your franchise quarterback.
I just would choose Burrow because, and this is ironic, because the guy has been incredibly banged up in his career.
Yeah.
But I look at the longevity of it, like in 8 years, who do I still see playing at an elite level? And there's always that fear with running quarterbacks. I think you're splitting hairs. The guy's got 2 MVPs, been in the playoffs every year, and if Mark Andrews catches a pass, they beat the Bills and go to the AFC title game last year.
I saw one of these aggregate accounts on Twitter post worst play for every team last year, and they got this entirely wrong. There were plays I'm like, there's no way that's that team's worst play.
Yeah.
Like the Falcons was a catch, hit, ball goes in air, Giants pick it out of the air and then take it down. I'm like, I watched Kirk Cousins throw an end zone interception pick 6 against the Chargers. I watched that.
He was pretty bad last year.
Kirk Cousins was terrible. There's no way that's their worst play. Anyways, the one for the Ravens was the Andrews one, and I know we talked about it in the moment. Pretty good throw.
If Lamar could win the big one, Mark Andrews catches that ball. But Lamar can't win the big one.
If his clutch gene was bigger,
if he had a
Andrews
bigger
catches
clutch
that
gene,
ball.
he would have put a little bit of the gene on the ball before he threw it to Mark Andrews, and then Mark Andrews makes the play.
Wouldn't that make it slippery?
He did.
You know, that ball was like a block of ice.
Lack of clutch gene made the ball slippery, and Andrews just couldn't make the play.
Maybe too much clutch gene made it more slippery.
Oh, it just got spilled all over the ball.
You can bring it in. I mean, those gloves are sticky, but
How tight was that huddle for him to put all that clutch gene all over that football?
Have to be a pretty tight huddle.
That's got to be a pretty tight huddle, yeah.
Tighten those gaps. Nobody can see in that huddle.
didn't he have to run to the bathroom one time because too much clutch gene?
He had to take crap.
He pooped his
and then he
pants.
came back and won the game.
He pooped his pants in Cleveland on
clutch
Monday Night
gene.
That was
Football.
a Cleveland game, right?
It was. He ran into the tunnel. Everybody thought he was hurt. He just had to poop his pants. And
Now,
he
they
came out
won
and
that game, didn't they? Wasn't that like an overtime game?
Fairly
Believe
confident
so.
that they won that game.
That was a good
runs.
game. I remember it.
I think that was still Baker Mayfield, Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
I think that was a couple of years ago. Yeah, I didn't actually have any issues with the top 10. I think we're doing the same thing that we did last year with some of the young guys. Like, I don't know if after 1 year I'm okay ranking a young quarterback that high on a list.
Oh, he's pretty high.
He's had an unbelievable year. I just prefer a slightly larger sample
He's getting
size.
the C.J. Stroud treatment.
Yeah, and then-
Stroud got this last year, and
and-
now he's not even in it.
Now he's not even in the top 10.
Crazy.
So he has fallen out. So that's my only critique of it. Other than that, I had no other issues with it.
Baked with Brandon. Thoughts from what happened last week? I'll bring those to you next on The Fan.
Thanks to our
So I'm watching the debut of Yong Hansen, which we'll talk about coming up at the top of the hour. And got home like literally 10 minutes before, just in time. And I sat down. It's the end of my day. I've been busy all day. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to mellow out a little bit here, and I'm going to enjoy this experience.
It's a nice little Friday night sitting at home.
And so in doing this, I wrote down some notes for myself for the show for
Hi
Monday.
with Brandon notes on Yong Hansen.
Baked Thoughts with Brandon is what I called
This
it.
is a great new segment. We're going to have to tie in. Who's the food sponsor with Bake with Brandon?
Oh, man.
What's your go-to munchie?
Well, in the morning, it'd be a hash brown with an egg and sausage of some
How
sort.
often do you wake and bake, though? That's an early bake.
Only on vacation.
Only when I don't have to get up and work.
Only when I don't have to work. So here's the first one. Is it too much to ask a summer league game to start on time?
No, that's not too much, especially when the start time is 7:30, and then I think it was supposed to be 7:30, and it ended up being 7:45-ish.
So it was supposed to be 8. It was actually 8:20, 8:30.
That's right.
The game the next day was against the Grizzlies. That was a 7:30 tip, and it didn't tip till 8:20.
Yeah, that one was super late.
So, what are we doing, Summer League? Move these games along. Have a running clock. I don't care. Stop telling me the tip time and then start an hour after that tip time.
It's an insanely late start time.
It's so stupid.
Game at 8:30 at night. Like, I know you're in Vegas and everybody's having a good time. 8:30 is way too late.
Another one I had. I love Tim Legler. Legs. He's one of my favorites. I don't think he watched the Trailblazers last year, and I hate to say that out loud because, again, I love Tim Legler.
Yeah.
But you cannot get on a broadcast and just tout Shaden Sharp the entire way as this player who had some incredible year. He did that the whole game.
He did.
He kept naming players. They barely mentioned Tumani's name, and he just
did.
kept Shaden Sharp. He's not just a highlight guy. I'm like, he shot 30%. What did we watch?
Can I will go ahead and add on top of that. I think you're 100% correct. I also don't think Mark Jones watched a single NBA or Blazer game last year. He kept calling Ryan Rupert early,
and then he had a good game, and he changed it midway through the game.
Halfway through the second quarter, all of a sudden he's Rupert. So I did enjoy that. I would also add for Legler, he is an ESPN NBA analyst. That's what he gets paid to do.
He's a great one at that.
How many times on all of his ESPN NBA hits did he get asked about the Portland Trailblazers?
I'm with you 100%. I'm giving him a little bit of a break, but it was just like, it was too much Shaden Sharp. I'm like, dude, stop.
Even when he was interviewing Chauncey, there was a funny moment.
Chauncey was like,
I had to bench him because he didn't play any defense, and then I brought him back in the lineup.
And you know what's funny about that is that happened after Legler had mentioned that he's a pretty good defender, and I'm like, oh no,
pretty good defender, man. He's bringing it on both ends of the floor.
Love you, Legs.
I don't think he watched any Blazer games, and I think he's having fun in Vegas. And he's like, wait, you want me to go to Vegas for Summer League? All right, I'll go call some games.
And the last one, well, it's not the last one, but it's the one time-wise I can give you. Why are some second-year guys playing and others are not? Alex Sarr, Jalen Wells, Ron freaking Holland, the 5th pick in last year. Why are these guys playing and Donovan Clingan isn't? Did Donovan Clingan achieve something last year that I'm missing?
He was, yeah, dude.
Like, why is Donovan Clingan not out there playing for 10 minutes?
This is what we did with Scoot Henderson last year. Remember, we were all why isn't Scoot kind of bad? Why didn't he
I don't get why some teams play their second year guys, and we are a franchise that just largely chooses not to.
He also struggled with what in his rookie year? Conditioning. You know,
he
what
looks
helps?
like he's in good shape.
You know what helps with your conditioning a little bit? Getting out and running and real basketball.
I want an experienced guy out there busting a young player's ass.
I love that Rupert's still playing in year 3, by the way. That made me think, how many years is that guy going to play in Summer League?
Well, he had a good first game, and the second game was
What's the record for most Summer Leagues that a guy's actually gone? Like, not like I'm trying to make a team, so I'm bouncing around, but like with one organization. Has anybody played in 4?
I don't know if it's been with one organization, but we have a guy that we signed, Boog Knight.
Sure, that's what I'm not
He's
talking.
a guy
Like
trying to save his
journeymen, I think are
career,
different.
yeah.
Like he was a 2nd-round pick.
Yep.
He's been in
This is his
NBA
third
games.
one.
This is his 3rd Summer League.
Yeah.
If he gets an invite back next year, at that point, you should just retire, right?
I mean, he had a good first game. That second game was pretty
Like
bad.
if you're going into year 3 and you're in the NBA and you're still playing in the Summer League, you should probably choose a new path.
I would ride that out until they told me I couldn't come
just
anymore.
keep hooping until you can't hoop no more.
Yeah, if I wasn't invited back, I'd be like, all right, that's it. That's the end of my journey. I'd be Drew Timmy.
Would you just be Timmy hanging out? Give me a G League. I'm going to go play in Cedar Rapids and make $8,000 a year. That
I know you
sounds
saw
great.
that dunk on Alex Sarr yesterday.
I did not see that dunk on Alex Sarr.
yammed on
Did he? On Alex Sarr?
Like, surprisingly, you'll go, Drew Timmy can do
Drew
that?
Timmy can get up like that?
But I don't. Ron Holland had a better career, had a better rookie year than Donovan Clingan did.
Unquestionably.
and he's out there playing. Jalen Wells started for the Grizzlies. He's out there playing.
I got nothing for you, Bob.
I don't get it.
I got nothing for you. Maybe it's a 20 minutes a night. His head's going to fall off.
Oh, it's too much.
They don't want the head to fall off.
Vegas heat gets to you.
Got to let him hold it until game one, and then he can go 20 minutes a night.
And I'll say this going into the second hour. The second that ball hit the ground on that first pass, the fan base, it was over it was done. That was signed, sealed, delivered on that cut back kind of backdoorish pass from Yong Hansen at the first play of the game. And with that, we will lead the second hour. Yong Hansen is lighting the world in Portland on fire. We will talk about that loaded hour 2, Dirt and Sprague, on the Odyssey app, the Fan, and YouTube.
Isaac and Suk here with Kim.
McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on 1080 The Fan.
First on The Fan, the MLB Home Run Derby is tonight. Cal Raleigh, the MLB home run leader, he's got 38 home runs on the season so far. He's going to be participating. He's the current betting favorite to win the Derby at plus 295. He's followed closely behind by O'Neill Cruz and James Wood. They both sit at plus 330 and plus 450. The MLB All-Star Game is going to take place tomorrow. That's Tuesday in Atlanta, Georgia. Mariners have 5 players voted into the All-Star Game. Cal Raleigh is going to get the start at catcher. Brian Wu and Andres Munoz will be on the AL pitching staff. Randy Arozarena, he's going to end up playing in the outfield, replacing Julio Rodriguez, who decided to not participate in this year's All-Star Game. Over in the NBA, after playing in just 2 Summer League games with the Dallas Mavericks, they've decided to pull Cooper Flagg for the rest of the summer. Flagg scored 31 points in his final game against the Spurs. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Will Ortner from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
More, please. Golf in the Northwest with J.
Or two, Dirt and Sprague here on 1080 The Fan, the Odyssey app, 99.5 HD2, and YouTube, youtube.com/1080 AM The Fan. Good morning. We are back on the saddle doing a radio show.
Hello. Feels good to be back.
10 total days off. We missed the Thursday before the 4th of July, and then we missed last week. Thank you to everybody that filled in. It is much appreciated. We have a lot to get to in the second hour of the show. Brett Ciancia is going to join us. A Pick Six previews at the bottom of the hour.
Look at you wanting to talk a little college football today.
Little. Yeah, I could spend the whole show talking. I'm kind of getting into that mode.
It's almost here, man. The release of the video game coincided, not even planned on my part, perfectly with my vacation.
Did you see the fake Mario?
No, Mario's not in the game. Mario Cristobal's not in the game.
Belichick's not in it. Mario's not in it.
Dion's not in it.
I
think they were the only three. I'm sure there maybe are some others, but the only ones people care about.
Just random Latin male figure as the coach for Miami.
Who the hell is this guy?
That's basically what it was.
Dude, I was incredibly bummed. I started Road to Glory right out of the gate, which is the one where you just play with one player. They let you run out of the tunnel now.
Okay.
I commit to Oregon, so you play a couple of like senior season moments, and then you get recruited and all that. You do a hat ceremony. Dude, I'm all jacked. I commit. I'm going to play with Dan the man, the Danimal. I'm coming to Eugene to back up Dante Moore for a year and then steal his job. And he left for Michigan. And the Ducks hired Brett Bielema.
In the simulation?
In the simulation. Lanning leaves, takes the Michigan job.
How would you feel
about
that?
And they hired Brett Bielema.
How would you feel about that?
I mean, I'd be okay with it. I don't want that scenario to play out.
I'm asking you in real life. If Lanning randomly left to a Michigan,
I'm kind of in on Bielema. He's got some spunk to him.
You'd be in on
Bielema.
He tried to fight Shane Beamer in the bowl game last year. That's intimidating. So
right.
I had to have this whole wait, do I really want to play for Bet? That's not the coach that recruited me. I got to start over again.
I've been watching Back to the Future because they added it on Disney Plus, and I'm on Back to the Future 3. And Beamer versus Bielema, very similar to like Marty trying to fight Biff. It's just like, this would not go well for Marty.
You're going to get your ass whooped in that fight.
Bielema would throw you around like a rag doll, Shane Beamer. I'm sorry, buddy.
Let's sit that one on the sidelines, okay?
And I disagree with a lot of sickos early on. Should Donovan Clingan log Summer League minutes? Yes, love to see it, or no, he's above it is a poll question. No, he's above it is winning. And what's wrong with you people?
We have a listener at the fan text line advocating for Scoot and Shaden to play
Hell
Summer
yeah,
League too.
Dude, put them all out there.
What have they shown in their NBA careers? I mean, they've been okay, good moments.
According to Tim Legler, Shaden showed us he's the franchise guy.
Next star of the team?
I hope so. Baby Kobe. We'll get to the important stuff here in just a second. Just allow us a little bit of grace here. So we've been gone. There's a lot that's going on internally, stuff we can't talk about yet.
Ooh.
I'll get in trouble for that tease. God forbid we give teases.
That was Brandon Sprague.
Once upon a time, I was told, the most important part of your job is the tease.
That is true.
Like, oh, really?
You got to leave them hanging. You got to have them stick around through the break.
Okay.
What are we going to talk about next? I don't know.
Well, we were gone, but on Friday, and so this actually coincides with us coming back on Monday, we want to wish a hearty and heartfelt congratulations to Patrick Harris, who has been named the new 12 to 3 host. I know Ortner is reluctantly pumping his fist for him, like one of those. Yeah, I'm so happy for that guy.
Cut your skin off and wear your face at some point.
I hate that man.
Wouldn't fit. Too short.
That's accurate. Yes, you'd stretch him out and he'd look different. But no, very happy that Patrick was announced on Friday via Dusty. Dusty's last show was Friday. And so Dusty made the announcement and had Patrick in that he is going to be hosting with Danny now noon to 3.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I had no clue this happened. I was that out of the loop on vacation. We didn't get an email. I'm thrilled for Harris, dude. This is awesome. He's a good dude. He's been around a long time. It's pretty wild how long he's been working here.
Yeah, it's been a decade.
It's been a decade.
Yeah.
Since
we weren't here that much longer before him.
No, we had just started a couple of years before. And
I think I have 3 years on him.
Yeah, and we were still doing a night show at the time because I remember the whole hunt for the host stuff we would do, and our show would be out there, and we'd do a post show and all that. And so I'll never forget those moments in our career. He's been around a long time, one of the nicest, most genuine dudes you'll run into. Sounds like he's been a lifelong smoker, loves talking sports. Ironically, a golf sicko, something I didn't know about Harris, but every time I see him, he wants to talk golf with me.
Oh, really?
Which knocks my socks off.
I didn't know that about him.
People wanting to talk golf with me. And so, dude, thrilled for him. Awesome announcement on Friday. And can't wait to, I'm assuming their first show is today.
It's today.
Look at that. The dawn of a new era.
What do you call that show? Patrick and Danny? Danny Meringue.
Harrison Meringue.
Harrison Meringue?
I believe that
and
is the
Meringue
name.
is what we're
Sounds
going
like a
with.
law firm.
It does.
I think they need I told this to Dusty. They need like a show name. We don't have a lot of show names. We used to be Game Night, which was just terrible.
Yeah.
And then the second one was Hard Count. And so, like, okay, whatever. Dirt and Sprague, I thought was fine enough, but we had a show name, but we just usually called ourselves Dirt and Sprague.
We're going to get you to jump off sides before we start our show.
I think Patrick Harris and Danny Meringue is an interesting name combination that kind of solicits more a named show than the name show.
I think we should have listeners name the show.
I agree with that.
The thought that we had when we found out it was going to be Harris and we were having conversations weeks ago was basically about the fact that Harris and Meringue sounds like a law firm.
Yes.
And that's the name of the show should be The Law Firm.
Danny and Patrick sounds too 90s sitcom-y.
No, you can't do that. That doesn't
Two guys who are single in their late 20s. We should be wondering, why are they
chasing
single? Chasing chicks, striking out, but still secretly in love with their ex-girlfriend. Did you hear Melissa finally moved on? Don't tell Patrick. You know what I mean? Like one of those situations.
There's definitely something to
They need
that.
like a show name.
Neil Patrick Harris Meringue is getting texted in. Now we're getting creative.
MPH Meringue.
MPH Meringue.
We could be more inclusive on this as a station than the WNBA franchise is here locally, who's just going to name a team after not including the fan base in it at all.
That gets announced tomorrow, right? Hey, here's your fire.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
It'd be nice if they zagged, though.
Enjoy your fire.
But then they unveil a new name.
What if they're the Portland Ice and Arnold Schwarzenegger is the mascot from the 90s Batman movies?
I'm all in.
Mr. Freeze.
I'm all in.
Bring out the freeze.
That guy was just in love. He was just trying to save his wife.
He was just trying to save his family.
Why did we root for the billionaire in that movie? I don't know.
He was a good guy. Patty and Danny.
But
that's pretty good. I like that.
Patty Cakes.
Patty Cakes.
I might start calling him
Patty Cakes and Meringue.
Patty
the
Cakes
noon
Meringue.
to 3 show, man. No, genuinely pumped for Harris.
Very happy for him.
Very excited. I'm excited that journey is over for us as a station, and we've announced it, and I can't wait to start tuning into the show.
So it'll debut today. Congratulations once again to Patrick Harris on getting that. A lot to get to in the second hour. We have Young Fever here.
Yes, we do.
Yong Hansen made his debut for our Trailblazers on Friday night.
He did.
And the minute I'm in my garage, I want to paint a picture for you. I'm in my garage, which is basically my gym, but I have a TV on the wall. I take 2 beach camping chairs that just fold out. Me and my brother-in-law, who I've referenced on the show before, he is an absolute sicko. He still thinks Ryan Rupert is going to be an all-star. So I think that's the level we're talking here, okay?
Sure. That level of sicko.
We sit down. The game starts. First pass, Young at the top, back cut, butter little bounce pass, instant. Could feel it in the universe. There it is.
That's it.
It's a wrap. Put a bow on it.
I needed.
That was all we needed. The Chinese Jokic has arrived.
Yeah.
And he actually had a really nice game. He had a better game 1 in Summer League than Cooper Flagg, which I did not have that on my bingo card. He really filled out the stat sheet nicely. He had some sick dimes.
Yes, he did.
He had a banked 3-pointer on accident.
I mean, come on.
He was, come on, man. I know you got some Yang Bang in you. Are you part of the Yang Gang?
Look, this is one of the funniest things I ever saw. This was,
Here we go.
I think we legitimately did this the day after the draft in a joking fashion. And even Blazer fan exceeded my expectation. Because I literally remember doing a segment the day after the draft. Oh, that wasn't the day after because we were at the Fan Golf Classic, I think, the day after the draft. If I'm not, no, that was the Anthony Simons trade. This was before. But anyways, we did the show afterwards. And I remember all 3 of us joking, wait till the first Summer League game that he plays well and people will freak out and overreact. Just wait for it to happen. We all said it in the aftermath of the draft. Blazer fans heard that and thought, you know what, hold my beer. I don't even need to see an entire game. I just need to see 4 minutes of the first quarter, his first shift. Hell, the first possession was all that it took for Blazer fans to think this guy's the next great thing in the NBA.
Why can't he
And
be?
it's what I simultaneously hate about this city and love about this city at the same time. Because it's genuinely sad that that's where we're at, that's what all that it takes to get us to be all in again. Is that we all said universally on draft night, who the hell is this guy? We've never heard of him. And then you see a pass in Summer League, and he's definitely going to be Jokic. Like, a lot of it is fun, tongue-in-cheek stuff, and I'm willing to play that game. He absolutely played well. I'm not going to critique his performance at Summer League, so who really cares that much? But I do think what he did for me as a fan, like if I'm going to take a realistic approach and not just laugh about Yang Mania, I think the floor is higher than I would have given it credit for. Like that, to me, was the biggest takeaway of like, He seems that he can function on an NBA court. He should be able to play right away as a rookie. I think there were genuine questions because I'd never seen him play basketball before of how does this translate. He clearly seems competent enough to play in an NBA arena. Now it's just about can he fix some of the deficiencies that he has, that clearly there are some for him.
Well, I want to talk about what we did see from him, like the good, the questionable. Is there bad? What was the bad? If there was bad for you, like what that is. Because he really was interesting. Like that first game, you couldn't have drawn up a better start for somebody.
First possession of the game.
An unknown draft candidate that the team traded back for, but then took way higher than most mocks. That doesn't mean the mocks were right. It just means that they reached, by that definition, hyped him up in terms of his passing. And then you start with a beautiful back cut, a nice little looping cut pass. We let's talk about Yong Hansen, the player that what do we think of him? What we saw from him? We'll dive into it next. Where are you at on Yong Hansen? How excited are you about him being a Blazer after seeing 2 games now? We've had 2 Summer League games.
Yes.
I love that his disappointing game, by the way. This is a good thing for him. His disappointing game was like 10-5-3.
10-5-3.
That was his disappointing game.
On Saturday night.
So we'll talk about the debut of Yong Hansen. We'll get to it next. You can reach us at the fan text line 503-864-6326. All in on Yong Hansen. We'll talk about him next on The Fan.
on 1080 The Fan.
We'll pivot. We'll go kind of back and forth through things today. College football at the bottom of the hour. Yong Hansen made his debut for the Blazers last Friday. Had a follow-up game on Saturday, and we were talking with the break. Like, you couldn't have written a better start for a dude that was pretty unknown for most. Like, I mean absolutely no disrespect here. There was nobody qualified to tell us whether this guy was going to be good or not outside of the organization.
No, it's probably the most asked question I've gotten from people in my lives and random listeners that I run into over the last, when was the draft? A month ago? However many weeks ago it was. Every time somebody brings it up, what do you think about Yong Hansen?
2 weeks ago. It was
I just
2 weeks ago.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never seen. I would like to watch him play basketball before I formulate an opinion.
You can't. I don't know, man. I've heard enough stuff about the Chinese league to say you can't take Chinese league highlights and tell me that you know he's going to be this or that.
It's also a highlight package where they're showcasing some of the best plays that he made. It's totally different watching an entire game.
But if there's things that I noted in watching his first game, now his second game, again, quote unquote disappointing. If you would have told us that was his first game, we would have been like, holy crap, what a nice debut.
He had a nice little Duncan game too.
He did. So a couple things that I noted of seeing him. Now, again, it should the summer league thing can deceive everybody, and I'll raise my hand here because I'm loving it. I'm having fun watching it on Friday night.
It is summer league basketball,
and Saturday afternoon, I just check and I see names of guys I've never heard of, and it's like 19 points, and I'm like, okay, well, there you go. Summer league, that's right.
Quintel Woods was once the MVP.
But if there's things that really stood out for me. The passing was nice.
Yep.
He has an air to him of confidence of directing guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like catching, he loves to catch the ball at the top.
Mm-hmm.
They did that. They've done that a million times, it feels like already. I know he caught it more in the post in the second, but the first game was largely at the top, get the ball turned, and just watching him kind of direct with his hands. You can kind of tell that he's communicating in different ways with his guys of like, yo, you need to be here and this and that, like floor general stuff. Like I jokingly said, General Yang. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how it looked to me, which I thought that was an encouraging thing. To me, it talks about his IQ, his understanding of things. He's already getting what the Blazers, at least in Summer League, want him to do. I mentioned the passing. Look, the post work needs work. It's a kid playing video games, hitting the spin button over and over again.
Spin move.
It's a lot of that, and he got stripped a couple times in it. Other times he has scored, been close a couple others. So he's still kind of raw offensively, but when he catches at the top, he's got real command, it feels like, of what they need to be doing offensively.
Yeah, I think the takeaway was pretty similar for me. Look, you sent out a tweet when Yang Mania was taking over. Basically, Blazers have found the greatest player in the history of the NBA, and somebody tweeted you, and I got tagged in it, and that was the way I saw it. Basically, I swear if Dirt can't be excited over this, I want to hear Dirt excited for once in my life. And I do genuinely enjoy that tweet, so thank you for sending it. And then a listener tagged me in it and said Dirt probably went to bed at 8:15. I did not. I was actually watching the entire game. I was on vacation.
Two very good tweets.
I was up late that night because I didn't have to wake up early at all, and the little guy was sleeping good. What I would say is I have been excited at times in my life. If you've listened to the show and the station long enough, you once heard me say the words on these airways, why can't Thomas Robinson be Dennis Rodman? Okay? That's come out of my mouth. The belief that Elliott Williams would be the guy that we build a franchise around, that has come out of my mouth. So I have been that fan before, and I've just decided I don't want to be that fan anymore. So I think when you're reacting to Summer League games, there is, yes, an absolute grain of salt that you have to take. This is Summer League. How many guys on those floors in either of those nights are going to be reliable NBA players for the next 5 years? The number of guys in those games are incredibly small.
Well, also that I think it needs to be referenced here just for the, fairness purposes. That Golden State team's one of the worst Summer League teams I've ever seen in my life.
Just like I don't know any of those guys. Never heard of any of them.
Well, there was the lesser Mobley.
Sure.
That was it.
The balding Mobley from USC.
The other Mobley.
The ugly guy who looked like he was 45 years old when he was in college.
When he played against Baycott, and I know he dunked, I don't even know the cat's name that he dunked on. The white guy for the Grizzlies Summer League team.
Yeah.
But when he played against Baycott specifically, you could see the physical difference. Baycott's
Yes.
stronger.
Yes.
A bigger tree trunk down there,
Played
not
a
as
lot of
easy to
college
move
hoops.
around.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't even know who Golden State had defending him if it wasn't Mobley. It was people I'd never heard of and I don't think we'll ever see.
No.
So it was like tough for me because I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun watching it, but I'm also like, who is he playing against right now? I don't even know who this player is.
Yeah.
And when he played at least a name I had recognized in Baycott, who was a G League dude last year out of
Yes.
UNC, I was like, ah. And look, still had a nice game. I still
Sure.
had a nice second game, but not quite the first. And a large reason for that, in my opinion, was Memphis is a better team in the Summer League. And then also, you just got a bigger, better body down
Yes,
there.
and that's going to make it a little bit harder for him to score. I think the positive takeaways were, again, I'll reiterate what I said in the last segment. I felt like the floor is higher than I thought it would. I didn't know how raw of a prospect he was going to be because, again, all I had to go off of, I didn't watch the NBA Combine, and he was supposed to be a second-round pick, so I didn't look into him a ton, and the Blazers made a surprising pick at 16. Seeing him play, you could see the vision, you could see the competency offensively, you could see him really confident with his with the ball in his hands, directing traffic, as you pointed out. All of that to me was very encouraging, and it tells me that there's a fit in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only box that I was genuinely looking to have checked out of the opening weekend of Summer
You want
League.
to take away and say that guy can play actual rotational minutes.
Like, can
for
you play
Portland
this guy in
next
the
year?
NBA next year?
Yes.
And I feel like I can answer the question out of the weekend and say yes. Now, the whole Chinese Jokic thing, like, I know that a lot of it is tongue-in-cheek. If any of you are serious, for the love of God, don't do it to yourself.
Hey, that's just
I know. There are people, though, that believe it and say, well, now I can see the comparisons because he can pass. It's like, yeah, dude, there's a lot of, like, to me, a more fair comparison out of the opening weekend of Summer League, to be honest with you, is an end of his career in Portland, Arvydas Sabonis. A guy who doesn't move that well, might knock down a three if you leave him open. Incredible passer. But, you know, it's kind of like
Chinese Sabas.
Chinese Sabas to me is a
Okay.
more apt comparison to a guy who
I'm
shot
excited either way. You didn't do
had
anything
30, 10, and 10.
You may have just made it
last year.
worse.
Yeah, that'd make it worse.
made it
than
worse.
One of the greatest centers we've ever seen in the history of the league in Jokic. Like, I think his offensive game is incredibly raw. I don't think there's a lot there.
The post moves.
Post-moves are just, I don't know if he's a reliable shooter yet. I
And
do think he has nice touch from the free throw line.
Defensively seems
Dude,
a
he's
little
leaving his
slow.
feet constantly, and he's a
Yeah.
little slow, and he committed a ton of fouls. Now, again,
The foul thing is what I worried about most, I
Yes.
think, was just like the first game. I think he had 5 or 6, and I think you
he
can
had
get
6 in game 1. He had 6 in game 2.
And you can, yeah, that's right. And you can have 10, I think, in Summer League. I just kept thinking, like, ooh,
That's
if,
a lot
if,
of fouls.
if you're getting 6 fouls in Summer League,
Yeah.
those cagey vets are going to be able to easily get you into 3 fouls in 5 minutes in the NBA.
But again, none of this is meant to be negative, which I'm sure some, Kool-Aid drinking Blazer fans will view it as. It's not like he's a raw prospect. He's a rookie. He's like, it's going to take time. The idea that this guy was going to come in right away and dominate it wasn't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as he could improve in some areas, and then you can combine that with clearly the smarts that he has about the game, the understanding about where guys are, player movement, ball movement, like all of that stuff is things that you can work with. Now it's about, can he knock down threes at a reliable clip when you leave him open? Is he always going to hang out on the three-point line as a 7-footer?
He seems to like, I took away from the 2 games, I think he likes that top of the key, top of the paint, kind of the 3-point line area to either grab the ball or do a little screen action, little catch, a little, handoff.
Where's the balance there for asking a 7-footer, though, to get offensive rebounds? That was a thought that I had
Well,
for
his
the
rebounding
weekend.
was one area that I would say, like, okay, he's not grabbing a ton of boards.
Like, he's the biggest dude on the floor, and I
Yeah.
think his rebound high was 5 in both games, or 4 or
Yeah,
5.
I mean, look, there's for as fun as I think Friday was and some moments on Saturday, as fun as that was, there's definitely areas that were like, okay, we can kind of see why he's projected where he's projected.
Yes.
But I can also see the flip side of, I can understand Portland's interest.
Oh,
Now,
I get what they saw in it, yeah.
that doesn't make the pick the right choice. If Cedric Coward is a great rotational player in Memphis, or Carter Bryant, who's had a nice defensive start in Summer League for himself, if those things show that those are really good role guys, we might rue the day. But I can see at different moments, not just the highlights, why Portland goes, man, this project, this could pan out for us.
Yeah.
Now, how does it work with Donovan? They still have Rob Will on the team. We know Dwap Reith is probably at the bottom of that list. I don't know how that minute distribution is going to go. I'd imagine he's going to be playing some G League. He has to, right? You want to polish, you want to season, you want to get him to grow and develop. but Rob Will doesn't stay healthy.
No, he's not a reliable guy.
If Rob Will's not healthy and can't play, you're going to have Yong Hansen.
I'd rather have him out there making
backup.
mistakes than play Duop Reith. And no offense to Duop Reith.
No, I would too.
He's your 16th pick. You just used a lot of capital to go get this guy. Let's see what he's got. Let him make mistakes.
Of all the moments I watched with Klingon even last year, and Donovan had some nice moments, and he had some other moments like, you look like a rookie.
Yeah.
What I saw in 2 Summer League games, and the caveat there should be Summer League. What I would say, though, is what I saw a more confident player when he had the ball.
Yeah, I would agree
now,
with that.
Now, it didn't end in good things every single time he touched it.
No, he had a lot of turnovers, too.
Yeah, what do you have, 5 in the second game?
I think he had 5 in game 2.
I saw a guy that, like, is confident in who he is as a player and feeling like, all right, I might be new here, but I'm already leading this.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And Donovan's maybe obviously a different player, but Donovan didn't kind of have or carry that same thing.
No, I don't think he's just not as confident with the ball in his hands. They're very different players.
Very different.
And that was the other takeaway that I had from the weekend. Like, I don't know how fit-wise it would work to play both of them, but they are drastically different centers.
Oh, I can't wait for them to be on the court at the same time, because if you're Chauncey and you're not fiddling with that, why would you not?
That's the whole point of a year like this, and it should have been the point of last year, is let's tinker, let's play with things, let's see what works long-term, because we're not going anywhere. But one of them is defensive-minded, blocking shots, down in the paint, doing the dirty work, and the other one wants to stand around the three-point line and run the offense. So they're very, very different players at center, and watching how often and when, for how long they play together at the same time next year is going to be fascinating.
Yeah, it was a great debut, that's for sure. Yong Hansen. Now, their schedule, their next game.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
He plays, right?
Why wouldn't he?
Why would you
Have
not
you been
play
following?
him?
Okay, I'm just asking seriously. Have you been watching Summer League?
I know they shut down
watched
Cooper Flagg.
I watched a full game and highlights.
They're doing like weird, I wouldn't call it load management, but like
We're now load managing Summer League.
the Spurs game.
It's Vegas.
The Spurs
July.
game was after the Bronny Flag game. And so I didn't know the schedule. And so ESPN's like, coming up next, it's the Spurs. And I'm like, oh, Harper. I get to watch Harper. And they teased it. And then right before the game started, the sideline reporter basically was like, Dylan Harper's not going to play tonight. And the broadcaster was like, all right, well, we look forward to his debut on Saturday. And I'm like,
why would you not
turning
play
this
him?
game off?
Why would you not play him in Summer League?
He was dealing with an injury, and they said they were saving him for Vegas. And
Oh,
then his first
God.
Vegas game came, and they're like, we're going to wait for Cooper.
Bunch of candy asses out
Yeah,
there now.
it kind of feels a
Get
little
your
candy
ass on the
asses.
floor and play
Yeah.
the game.
Gen Z.
What are we doing?
Soft.
Bunch of softies. Everybody wants a trophy now. Nobody wants to work.
That's exactly what the problem is.
Sit at home.
You know who wants to work? Yong Hansen.
Yong Hansen wants to grind.
And then he wants to sleep and play video games.
That's all he wants to do, man.
That's all he wants.
I want to know if he got the new NCAA football. Who's his dynasty with? Who did he start one? I want to know.
We end up having a real deep conversation about how do his taxes work?
Oh, that's a good question.
How do my taxes work, boys?
Well,
You're paying taxes. Your taxes are doing wrong.
you're doing your taxes wrong.
You're doing
I pay
wrong.
a person. I pay
know.
a person.
They're not
I feel
doing it
confident.
right.
I'll
I
do
pay
your
a person.
taxes. You can
No,
pay
but
me next year. You want me to do your taxes?
How
for you?
does a Chinese
pay me what
you
player
rate.
handle the taxes? Because he gets taxed in Oregon,
I don't know. It's a
and
great
then
que-
what does China take?
We also
Yeah.
gets taxed in every state he plays a game.
Yes.
in.
Every state you play a
Game
game and you
checks.
get game check tax in
Yeah.
that state.
And then you pay your
Is
tax
he
in Oregon.
Is he coming over as like full-time resident? Is he going back to China? Is he like a dual citizen? Like, what's he going to do?
I don't know. I had Chinese tax questions. We
Yeah.
got into that conversation.
I mean, communist country. I'm sure they take a lot in China, but
I
I don't know.
imagine so.
I don't know how that all plays
But
out.
he also is a hero.
He is also a hero.
And one more question, then we'll go to Ciancia. Was Yao Ming's name Ming Yao, but he did it backwards, or was he different?
Ming Yao would be a cooler name.
Well, Yao Ming, though, I think was his actual first and last name, whereas here we're doing it backwards. And they said it was because of Chinese customs.
I thought it was. Oh,
His name is Hansen Yang.
are you sure about that?
Yeah,
Okay.
but they reversed it. They Missy Ellioted it. They put the thing down, flipped it, and reversed it. And then people said it incorrectly. And then we were corrected.
I'm really depressed. It's not Yang.
I mean, we can't.
Yang would be cooler.
Yang Gang.
Yang.
I'm still in
Gang.
the Yang.
Yang Gang would be cooler.
Yang Bang, Yang Gang.
I mean, I'm here for
I'm on.
Yang, but I'm a fan of Yang.
Same.
Yeah.
Let's go to the ticker. Brett Ciancia covers college football for Pick 6 previews. We'll talk a little college football with Ciancia next on the Fan.
This is an Open Championship Week edition of Dirt and Sprague.
Brought to you by Langdon Farms Golf Club.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on 1080 The Fan.
Sports Center is brought to you by 808 Hawaiian Restaurant. Mixed plates like Grandma used to make if your grandma were from the Big Island, Woodstock, Burnside, Beaverton, or online at ate-oh-ate.com. First on The Fan, the MLB wrapped up their first half of the season on Sunday with the final day of games before the All-Star break. Mariners wrap up their first half with an 8-4 victory. That also secured a series sweep over the Detroit Tigers. Seattle goes into the All-Star break with a 51-45 record. They are currently sitting in the third and final wild card spot. Tonight in MLB action, though, you get the home run derby. Cal Raleigh, the MLB leading home run hitter, he's got 38 on the season so far. He's going to be participating and is the current betting favorite to win the derby at plus 295. He's followed closely behind by O'Neal Cruz and James Wood. They both sit at plus 330 and plus 450. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Will Ortner from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Jump back to earlier parts Daily Ticker, where Dirt and Sprague hit the big stories you've heard about, and some you haven't.
How'd you do that? Actually, I'm not even mad. It's amazing.
The Daily Ticker on the Fan is poured by Pelican Brewing. Experience your hops differently with Hard Hops Blackberry, hop-infused hard seltzers.
All right, Pelican Brewing Company presents today's Daily Ticker. Pelican invites you to take a beach break at one of their 4 coastal locations: Cannon Beach, Tillamook, Pacific City, and Lincoln City. Pelican Brewing Company, born at the beach. The Spragues were over at Pelican while we were on vacation.
Oh, my
Making
buddy.
me jealous with those Instagram stories,
That
man.
4th of July was special.
Yeah, it should become a new thing. I might have to join you there next year.
Yeah,
and
great.
good week to get over because it's going to be hot. So head over to the coast and drink some Pelicans this week. Joining us now, you know what's right around the corner?
Oh, I do.
It's here, baby. Well, it's not here, but it's almost here.
My God.
College football is almost here. And always what aligns with the realization that college football is almost here are 1, media days, and then 2, the predictive magazines, the previews coming out. And one of them that's out is our buddy Brett Ciancia, Pick Six Preview. It's now out, the 2025 magazine. You give him a follow on Twitter at Pick Six Previews. Brett, good morning to you, man. As you look at college football this year, just kind of an overarching macro question to open with. Does it seem wide open for you going into the season?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Thanks for having me on. It's my 14th year doing Pick Six Previews, and I got to say, out of those 14 years, this might be the most wide open we've had, not only because of the playoff structure expanding to 12, but because there's no real dynasty anymore. I mean, a lot of those 14 years, it was the Alabama dynasty, then there was the Clemson dynasty. Georgia had a run a couple years ago, but now this thing is wide open. I mean, you could argue 10 to 15 different teams to win a national title. I mean, the Big 12 alone could have 7 different teams win that league. So, yeah, it's completely wide open. I think it's going to be fun to watch. I had a lot of fun putting together this 2025 magazine, and excited to break it down with you.
Well, I'm kind of curious here, Brett. When you look at the reason it might be wide open, there's a lot of negative with the portal and the NIL collectives and how much these guys are making. What do you attribute for having as much, I guess, parity in that sport as we maybe have had in the last 20 years of just how many teams can possibly win it? Why do you think we're to that point?
Well, yeah, I think the first instinct is to look at what changed, and you think about the NIL and the player movement with the portal. But it seems like that's just kind of been a self-filtering method. Like the best players are moving up, some backups and third stringers moved down a level. So I don't know how much that has changed in terms of building these super teams. I think the NIL keeping players in college an extra year instead of going pro after their junior year. You saw what Ohio State did. They brought a lot of potential pro players back to Columbus last year instead of opting for the draft. Penn State did it this year. A lot of potential pro players are coming back. So I think the NIL getting guys back on campus for a 5th final season is big. But also, I mean, I think we should attribute a little bit to Nick Saban himself. I mean, he had such a dynasty on that conference and on the sport, #1 recruiter every single year. It just seems like without the Saban Alabama, it just cracks it wide open where now you can have teams make a run, even if it's 1 or 2 years. So I think those are the biggest factors. I don't want to put too much on just the transfer portal and NIL. I think other factors like the Saban retirement and the way this game is opened up.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. It's also great for the sport, too. It's great to have that feeling going into the year. I agree with your assessment, too. 10 to 15 teams might have a chance this year. It makes it really fun. One of those teams is Oregon. You have them ranked relatively high. By the way, we're talking to Brett Ciancia, Pick Six Previews. You can find the 25 magazine to preview the season now live, pick6previews.com. A lot of talent, but a lot of unknown talent on their roster. Some injuries they're dealing with. When you look at Oregon, you mentioned the 10 to 15 teams. Where do they fit? What do you make of their roster going into the year?
Yeah, well, I put this in the book that Oregon is my pick to win the national championship in 2026. I think they're 1 year off. I really think that next year.
Dude,
Right, you should have seen my co-host. He went to Oregon, and you said they're my pick to win, and he's like,
a little too early in the morning. Yeah. No, but for real, I mean, you look at this roster, it is so stacked. You got to give credit to Dan Lanning, the way that he's been able to acquire all this talent. If you do it per player average, it was the #1 high school class and the #1 transfer portal class in the entire country. So when you go through this roster, it's 5 stars, it's top 100s at every position. The problem is it's just so many new starters, so much youth, that I do think this year will be a little bit of a growth year. And then next year, 2026, I mean, they should be the team to beat in all of college football, maybe along with Ohio State. So, I mean, I think the playoff runs through Eugene next year. And here's the thing, guys. in the old system, if you go 10-2, you're out. You're probably playing in like the Citrus Bowl or something. 10-2 nowadays with a younger team, you can grow into that 10-2, become an at-large bid in the playoff bracket, and then round into form in December and January after all those bowl practices. So it's a whole new ballgame when you're trying to predict national champions. It's really who's going to be a machine come December and January. So while I see Oregon finishing third in the Big Ten, probably taking a couple losses, who's to know what's going to happen there when they round into form in January. So I think it's a serious program that's being built, a program that's built for national titles in the future.
So who's the team in the Big Ten for you this year? If it's Oregon next year, who's the team this year?
Yeah, this year I went with Penn State, and this is a team that's been close. They have this Ohio State problem where they outplay them or they play them to toss-ups and they lose them all. I think it's 9 out of the last 10. I'm based here in Pennsylvania, and I hear these Penn Staters all the time. They're so frustrated about it. It's on their mind 365 days a year. But no, I think that this year it is Penn State. They bring back Drew Aller. I know he had a bad performance against Notre Dame, and that's what everyone watched him. But the other 12 games he played was pretty solid. He's got a first-round grade. He's got 2 5-star running backs behind him. The offensive line is a strength with 4 all-conference guys returning. The defense was number 2 in the country for me last year. They bring a lot back. And here's the kicker, is that I love both their coordinators. They went out and got Jim Knowles, the genius defensive guy from Ohio State, and now Andy Kotelnicki, their offensive guy, is back for a second year. So, it's all pointing to Penn State this year for me, because with Ohio State and Oregon, I see them each losing about 20 starters and really rounding up for 2026. So I think there's a little one-year window here for Penn State to do it. They're veteran, while the other 2 powers are a little bit new. So I'm going to go with Penn State as my pick to win the Big Ten.
Yeah, we're talking with Brett Ciancia at Pick Six Previews. The preview magazine is now out, pick6previews.com, at Pick Six Previews. On Twitter, you can go give them a follow there. I'm curious, as we look at the Big Ten, it should be a fun conference race this year. I don't disagree with thinking Penn State is the favorite. They got a ton of talent back. Ohio State's always going to be good. Oregon's loaded as well, but a lot of youth. When you look at teams like USC and Washington, I'm just curious that you don't have to go incredibly in depth. I'm just like, where do you think they fit in? Like, big year for Lincoln Riley this year. Are we really just saying in year 4 it's okay to go 8-4? Like, imagine saying that when he was hired. And then up in Seattle, like, they think they found the next guy at quarterback who played at the end of the year as a freshman. He looked very good when he did play, but he's also undersized. Is he limited as a passer? I'm just curious how you see USC and Washington fitting into the Big Ten race.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you picked these two, because relative to the other publications and top 25 polls, I'm higher on both these two, USC and Washington, than the others. I'm kind of a seller on Indiana, selling Illinois big time, and a seller on Michigan. So I'm buying Washington, I'm buying USC. First with USC, when you look at last year, they were a lot better than their record showed. They checked in at 7-5. I think it was 5 one-score losses. They were right there. I know you can't do the what-if game, but statistically, they looked a lot better than they were. Then they made some moves on defense. I like Lincoln Riley's role as a quarterback developer now. He's got his guy back, Maava. It's top 25, top 20 recruiting every year. I think their talent profile is solid. So I went with USC in the race for 4th place behind that upper tier we talked about. And then with Washington, another team that no one's talking about. It's like they're hidden. They're way off the radar, but I've got them right near my top 25. You get a second-year bonus with Jed Fish, and we saw what he built at Arizona with a lot less talent. In fact, he brought all the best players from Arizona with him up to Washington. He's got Jonah Coleman at running back, a couple defensive backs, and a linebacker he brought up with him that are all conference caliber guys. So I think a second-year coach bonus for them. Also with Washington, their schedule is a little bit more manageable this year. And I don't know if you guys touched on it, but the league schedules are so variable team to team and year to year, where they were slammed last year, but now they get 5 or 6 winnable games, and I think they're going to be a top 25 team this year.
A lot of people are curious what Oregon State's going to be this year, and I think a lot of that hinges on the quarterback there, Brett. What is your take on Malik Murphy and what you saw from him last year as a passer at Duke? Duke had a nice season with him. He cashed in on that in the portal. I'm just curious what your takeaways were of Malik Murphy as a quarterback.
Yeah, so Malik Murphy came in from Texas to Duke, and at Duke it was solid. It was kind of boom or bust. He actually set the Duke passing record for touchdowns in the season with 26. So that was a great high, but then also he was dead last passing the ball under pressure. A lot of that might have been the offensive line's fault, but still under pressure, the worst completion percentage in college football. So a little boomer bust. He was great under the clutch, though, and in clutch moments he had a game winner, a run against NC State to win the game, and then also a walk-off pass against Wake Forest. So he's clutch in the fourth quarter. I think Oregon State got a great experienced Power 4 starter. In fact, he really kicked off the transfer circus, the transfer carousel. He was the first name to go there in December. I was shocked when it happened, and then now nothing shocks us anymore with the transfer portal. But I think that they got a winner there, and it's going to be a solid quarterback for them.
Yeah, last one for you, Brett. I'll just let you go on this one. When you look at the teams near the top of the sport, who's the one that you're looking at saying, a lot of people are high on them, I'm not quite buying it? And is there a team on the flip side of that, hey, why aren't they getting more consideration as a team that maybe could win the entire thing?
Yeah, well, first for the underrated, I'm going to go Alabama. And this is, I think they're off people's radar because Saban's gone. But now it's the second year under Coach DeBoer. When you watch the NFL draft, usually you see 12, 13 Alabama players every year. Last year they only had 5, and the issue was they're all back in Tuscaloosa. They all decided to return for 2025 for one last year, especially on defense. They're loaded. Also brought Ryan Grubb in, a guy you guys are familiar with being up there. He was Washington's coordinator, the mastermind behind that offense. So I think it clicks for Alabama. I have them slated to play in the SEC title against Texas. And in terms of a team that I'm fading, I'm going to throw Illinois into this discussion. I don't know how high people have them. I think it's a little bit far-fetched. I think it was a great season for them last year. They won 10 games. But when you look at it advanced stats-wise, and you see that in my book, my statistics, it did not look like a 10-win team. I got them checking in at 35th nationally and 9th in the Big Ten. So I'm way off of where the other national pundits have them.
Interesting. Great stuff. Brett Ciancia, Pick Six Previews. College football season is almost here. Go to pick6previews.com. His 25 preview magazine is now live. Give him a follow on Twitter at Pick Six Previews. Thanks for the time, man. We appreciate it out here in Portland. Can't wait for the season to start, and let's do this again soon.
Oh, thanks, guys. Anytime, and good luck this year.
There you go. Brett Ciancia, Pick Six Previews.
How's your team winning the Natty?
Next year. That was a hell of a twist. Actually, it's funny you asked that. They're my pick to win the national championship. What? Nah. Oh.
In 2026.
Hey, I can wait one more year. I got one more year in me.
What if you don't win the Natty and Washington beats you?
That'd be pretty bad. That'd be a pretty bad year. Be pretty down on that year. Let's talk some college football. That was the Daily Ticker. As always, brought to you by our wonderful friends at Pelican Brewing Company. They invite you to take a beach break at one of their 4 coastal locations, Cannon Beach, Tillamook, Pacific City, and Lincoln City. Pelican Brewing Company, born at the beach. College football talk next. back in, 7:53. Happy Monday. Good to be back in the saddle, talking some college football. I think my favorite storyline going on in college football right now, we had Big 12 Media Days last week.
Yep.
SEC Media Days have kicked off.
When does the ACC really just gets kicked to the curb in all of this, right? It's the one
Yeah.
that people care about the least of the Power Four.
The Big 12's smart to go first because the first
Very
one will
smart.
always get eyeballs.
You own it.
The SEC will be the biggest every
Yep.
year that they do it because it's the
SEC.
It's a conference down
Yep.
there. The Big Ten will be a big deal when they have it at the end of
Yep.
the month in Vegas, and we'll hopefully have some content related to that here in a week or two. The ACC goes totally under the radar.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. You're in the middle. You're sandwiched between the SEC and the Big Ten. I'm assuming they're going next week, but I couldn't even tell you that.
Well, okay, so let's think of so you got Belichick.
You have Belichick.
We'll see if he gives us like anything and how many Jordan Hudson questions are going to be asked.
A million of them. I legitimately think Clemson's a legit title contender this year.
Don't steal my take.
Oh, you taking my take?
I have Clemson in the Final Four.
Look at you. Oh, you already did your Final Four? You've already done a Brandon Sprague's Final Four?
I've been bored.
Do we need a Sprague Final Four segment? Do we get Dirty Poll and then Sprague's Final Four?
We
Is
might
that
have a Final
a
Four.
little back-to-back, top 10, Final Four?
Klubnik's 29 years old.
He is.
Should win a national championship or at least get them pretty damn close. His numbers were really good. I think he's actually a really good value play
He's a 4-year starter,
for the
man.
Heisman.
Yeah.
His Heisman numbers last year would have been, pretty nice. I think he can have those same numbers. Dabo, Belichick, Norvell, because of God, how bad they were. Mario,
he's always something.
So is there more outside of that people care about?
Trying to think who I'm missing in my ACC pantheon of interesting storylines.
Louisville?
Who's the head coach at Louisville?
Isn't it Brom?
It is Jeff Brom.
Yeah.
Good. Look at you. Look at you, ready to go.
I'm excited for college football. I'm also excited to see the Washington kid play. Damon Williams.
Let's play this fun game. How many ACC head coaches can you name? Do you know who the head coach of Boston College is?
Okay, I'll play this game with you if
Yeah.
you play my home run derby game later.
Like who's in the home run derby?
No, but that would be funny if you knew none of
Because I
them.
probably couldn't tell
Cal
you. that.
Raleigh.
I know Cal Raleigh's in it.
You should know 3.
Okay, wait.
They've been in my
I'm
updates.
assuming
Save
a
the
Brave.
game. Save the game.
You know I don't listen to
Save the
updates.
game.
You could play fart sounds for 90 seconds, and I wouldn't even tell you that was funny. But if I heard the fart sounds, I would tell you. It's
Talk
funny.
about a depressing year for my team to be hosting it. We're so bad.
At least you got this, though. A little silver lining in the middle of the season.
This does nothing for me.
Well, that's because you don't live in Atlanta.
Exactly.
If you lived in Atlanta, it'd be a pretty big
Okay,
deal.
what is your game?
ACC head football coaches.
Damn.
How many can you name?
I can't name Boston College.
You don't know Boston College?
O'Brien.
No, I can't. O'Brien.
Wow.
Sorry.
Way to go, Ortner.
You know what pisses me off?
Calm down, Riggins.
I legitimately saw his butt chin in my mind,
You
and
did.
as I'm about to say it, you just
Yeah.
blurted out because Brad Adams.
Georgia Tech. Run the damn ball. My yellow jacket.
Keys. Brent Keys.
Brent Key. Look
Brent
at you.
Keys.
Let's see. I'm trying to even wonder how many of these I know. Syracuse. Can you tell me Syracuse?
Oh, dude, I don't know the guy's name, but he's a
Fran
delight.
Brown.
Fran Brown. Thank you. I love that guy. Doesn't shower if he loses.
Let's put a little
I'm
salt.
slow on the trigger now, just so you know.
Should we
I
put a
had
little
that one.
salt in the wound? Wake Forest.
Oh. It's not my wound.
No, it's not. It's Pac-2 wound.
Good luck on that one, by the way.
Yeah, have fun with
The
that.
fighting Tim Duncans.
Yeah.
Go Sawyer Racanelli.
Mediocre coach from Washington State.
I'll
Good luck.
definitely play your home run derby game later.
Okay.
No, my favorite story in college football right now. Have you seen what Hugh Freeze is going through the last couple of days?
Might have missed the Hugh Freeze.
We
news.
might have to start the final hour with this because
Is it really worthy?
it's right up my alley of something like, what could I get criticized for not taking my job more seriously?
He's playing a lot of NCAA football, isn't he?
No, but that's decent play.
Sources said he's on the recruiting trail.
He's
Turns
on-
out he was in his office with the door locked.
He's grinding and road to glory. No, things have gotten so hot at Auburn that he's now getting criticized for this, and Lane Kiffin's trolling him for it.
Is it shopping at the grocery store?
I want to start the final hour there. We got a whole bunch of other stuff, including some other NFL notes to get to. Sprague's home run derby trivia game. Loaded final hour. Don't go anywhere. Dirt and Sprague on 1080 The Fan.
the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. A Sports Center update on 1080 The Fan.
First on The Fan, the MLB Home Run Derby is tonight. Cal Raleigh, the MLB Home Run leader, he's got 38 on the season, going to be participating and is the current betting favorite to win the Derby. He's at plus 295. Followed closely behind him is O'Neal Cruz at plus 330 and James Wood at plus 450. The MLB All-Star Game is going to take place this Tuesday in Atlanta, Georgia. Mariners have 5 players that got voted into the All-Star Game. Cal Raleigh is going to start at catcher. Brian Wu and Andres Munoz will be on the AL pitching staff. Randy Arozarena, he's going to play in the outfield. He's replacing Julio Rodriguez, who decided to not participate in this year's All-Star Game despite making the team. Over in the NBA, after playing in the first 2 Summer League games with the Dallas Mavericks, they have decided to pull Cooper Flagg for the rest of the summer. Flagg scored 31 points in his final game against the Spurs. The Blazers, they're going to be back in Summer League action on Tuesday when they take on the Pelicans. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Will Ortner from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube and Twitch.
Do this final hour. Dirt and Sprague here on Portland Sports Leader, 1080 The Fan, 99.5 HD2, the Odyssey app, live on YouTube. Hour 3. We'll see if we remember how to do this for 3 hours after being gone for a week.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh, I got to reach out to him. It's coming up.
It's almost Ken Barkley season.
Hopefully for our once a year.
Hopefully our once-a-year hit with Ken Barkley.
Cash in on that Thunder ticket.
Will he go 30 minutes with us? Can I get 30 minutes out of Ken?
I think if I can arrange Ken to come on the show, I think we can get him for a half hour.
Or we just blow out our breaks for an hour, you know? It's Ken Barkley. Ken Barkley Power Hour, okay? Who needs commercials when you got Ken Barkley, all right?
We've had a lot of guests over the years of doing this show, and he is near the top of my list of people I miss talking to.
Genuinely miss having him on the show. Yeah. I look forward to it every Thursday.
I always felt like I was smarter.
Yes.
I always felt a little dumber because he would hear what I thought, and then also just a lot of fun.
Him making fun of us over trap games was just iconic radio in the history of our show. So hopefully we can get Ken Barkley on. We got a lot to get to in the final hour of the show. Sprague's got a home run derby game.
I do.
It totally dawned on me after being gone for a week that's right. The home run derby's tonight.
I failed it, by the way, so I'm just teeing it up.
You failed the game.
I failed. I played the game with myself. Because when you played the ACC coach thing, I'm like, oh, here's the guy who looked at the list, and now he's the know-it-all, and I'm the idiot of the show. I played the game with myself, and I failed.
You played it with yourself, huh?
I did.
Okay. I like playing games with myself, but I'm going to play that one with you in the final hour of the show.
Okay.
I want to start, though, with this Hugh Freeze story because it's just too good for me to pass up. I love a good, juicy rumor.
I looked it up, too. This is hilarious.
It's phenomenal. So Hugh Freeze has been a disaster at Auburn, to say the least, because Auburn is Auburn and they have Auburn expectations, and Hugh Freeze has not lived up to those expectations.
Sure.
They fired the last guy, Bronco Mendenhall.
Yeah.
Remember when he was the Auburn head coach?
One of the weirder hires.
Remember those days?
I think we talked about that on the show, just like one of the weirdest, strangest hires we'd seen.
What? And he was not very good through 2 years, and they, remember, made up a fake report behind the scenes that he was stooping somebody in his staff.
You said Bronco Mendenhall.
Yeah, who am I thinking?
Boise State guy.
Yeah.
That wasn't Bronco Mendenhall.
Who was the head coach at Auburn?
Lay out.
Bronco Mendenhall.
Lay out.
That was the BYU guy.
Yeah, he went to Auburn.
No.
It wasn't Mendenhall.
You're thinking of the Boise State guy.
Oh, touche. What's that guy's name? Name that guy.
See, I keep having Andy Avalos pop in my head, but I know that's wrong because it's
Andy
not that
Avalos.
guy.
He was the next hire after that guy left.
Andy Avalos got fired.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Boy, What's your show like Mondays after
Brian
10 days
Harson.
off?
Brian Harson is the name.
It's a name game show is what it turns into.
I did. I was getting my Mountain
okay.
West coaches
That's all right.
mixed
That's
up.
all right.
Thank you for correcting me there.
Yeah.
Brian Harson. They made up a fake story that Brian Harson was stupid.
You
somebody
knew who
in the
you were
staff.
talking about.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we all know who he was. And it was a very random, weird hire at the time. That's how desperate they were to get rid of him. Hugh Freeze through 2 years has the same exact record as Brian Harson, who they fired after 2 years.
Yep.
He was 6-7 in year one, 5-7 this last year. And now there's people inside Auburn's football program who are so pissed at him that are now leaking reports saying that he does not care about coaching and all he does in his free time is play golf. That's all he wants to do. That's all he cares about. He just wants to play rounds of golf and does not care about coaching. And this has taken on a life of its own to the point where he even had to address these rumors and respond to them. And he said, and I quote, everybody seems to talk about my golf game. I do love golf. I enjoy playing, but what people don't realize is, I assure you, I've never missed a camp day or recruiting day. If camp got over at 3, though, and Jill and I got out there at 4:30, we absolutely might do that, but I'm not apologizing for that part of it. My focus is on 100% getting Auburn in the win column this fall.
I mean, I hate to be the guy because, work-life balance is important, but these guys don't sign up for work-life balance.
No.
Do you think Kalen DeBoer is finishing Alabama practice and an hour after he's on the tee?
It's like 4 days a week.
He would not. That would not be allowed. They'd be like, nope, you're not allowed to sign up for a tee time. You need at least 2 hours after practice to study tape.
You got to go to study tape and call recruits.
Do you know what his buyout is?
Hugh Freeze?
Yeah.
It's probably pretty big.
It's 20.3 if he's fired before December 1st.
Dude,
it's 13.8 after that.
Oh, do you save
This
$7 million and
dude-
wait till the end of the year?
Yeah, you wait till
You
after
wait till the end
December
of the
1st. I think if you're
That's
smart,
right around signing day, though. Are you willing to wait till signing day if you're Auburn? What's $7 million
well,
to you?
yeah, there's a segment I actually wanted to get into either today or tomorrow. One of the comments from Big 12 Media Day, not to play catch up, but I thought it was interesting. Josh Pate just did a segment, our good friend, at Late Kick, a couple shows ago, and he basically was like, recruiting's back. Recruiting wars are back. And then maybe 4 days later, Kenny Dillingham was like, it's not about recruiting, it's about retention. And I'm like, okay. So
All right.
one guy telling me recruiting's back, the other guy saying, no, it's just about keeping your roster every year, let the rest worry itself out. And I think that is accurate. And I think there's a real conversation about that. This would track with other coaches in the past that we've seen just fizzle, wouldn't it? And if it's starting to leak, I think there's some truth to that rumor.
A little smoke behind the fire.
I mean,
if you're winning games and playing golf, nobody cares. But when your record is what your record is and you're playing a lot of golf, it's going to be a problem.
But he's already kind of telling you that it's true, and he doesn't realize he's saying it. He goes, I don't miss camp. But if we have a tea time an hour after our camp practice, I'm there with my wife.
Why would I not be there?
Like, I'm not telling you to spend 18 hours a day the way some sickos do. That's Mario Cristobal's life. But, dude, like, if you think Dan Lanning's golfing every day an hour after camp practice,
Dude, there's no chance.
you're
in hell.
insane. And you're trying to keep up with even the Lannings of the world, despite him not winning a title yet.
Yeah.
He's winning the Big Ten. He's recruiting his ass off. These top-end coaches that are having success, they're not golfing an hour after their camp. They might one time do it.
Sure.
But this dude sounds like he's doing it all the time. And so, like, it has been an utter disaster. I don't know why he's given so much grace versus Harsin.
Yeah, Harsin was ran out of town.
It's because Liberty was good when he was there, and he coached in a hospital bed in the press box.
One of the most iconic moments in college football
because
history,
he
if we're being
clearly
honest.
paid for a recruiting class 1 year at Ole Miss. Like, the dude has no substance.
Him laying in a hospital bed.
It's one of the greatest visual images of the sport we've ever
You
seen.
see him up there with his headset on and his gown.
I think he had an IV in his arm, and
think
he's
he
sitting
did.
there calling plays for Liberty Bibberty. I don't understand it. And so if I'm him, he probably knows he's going to get canned. And so $20 million, if he's fired before December 1st, is right there. Get me into like 9 country clubs for the rest of my life money.
I want to look up Auburn's schedule this year, too, because some of those teams in the SEC just have a brutal gauntlet.
I think one of my more favorite moments of last season, there's a lot of great moments in college football. I'm truly telling you, one of my favorite, I randomly stumbled on the Cal-Auburn game last year.
Yeah, remember the Cal beat him.
And Peyton Thorne could not stop fumbling the football. And every new fumble, you could hear a stadium collectively go, oh, what are you doing, man? Come on! And I think eventually he subbed Thorne out and played a different quarterback. But the whole fan base of that stadium was like, What are you doing? And they
Yeah.
ended up losing to Cal.
They did. The woke agenda took them down in Alabama. On top of that, too, what makes it hurt even more is Kalen DeBoer, to the point of recruiting, has been torching it on the recruiting trail.
That
here in
dude
the
is
last, 3
clearly
weeks.
locked in, and I'm with Cianci. I told Will this yesterday on the gambling show. I like Alabama's kind of odds. Like,
ooh, your dark horse. Not dark horse isn't fair because
no, but they're
Alabama.
they're kind of in the middle top end,
Sure.
right? They're Alabama, but they're below Texas and Georgia and Ohio State. Like, I like those because I think DeBoer's a sicko. I think he's going to be locked in. That was a disappointing year one. And what they win 9 games?
I think they were 9-3,
right? And they
year
lost
one.
to Oklahoma and Vandy. And
lost
you
their
can't
bowl
lose
games, so
to them.
9-4. But who cares about bowl games?
Right.
Auburn opens up at Baylor. That's an absolute L candidate waiting to happen. That's Friday, August 29th. So that's a Friday night game. Baylor could be decent this year. They lose to Baylor right out of the gate. Oh my God!
There's a lot of noise on Baylor with Aranda this year too. Like
that seat's going to be incredibly hot. But this story leaks about Hugh Freeze golfing. He has to address it. Lane Kiffin is one of the best out there. He gets wind of this thing leaking, and he scrolls through Hugh Freeze's Twitter account and finds a tweet from May 19th. He quote tweets it and sends it out on July 6th, and it's of Hugh Freeze winning a buddy's golf tournament, holding a trophy. And Lane Kiffin said, "Great job, coach. That golf game's on fire, baby." Oh, God, dude, it's perfect.
We need that guy. If he's going to be 10-2 or 9-3, that has to be good enough for Ole Miss fans. I need Lane Kiffin in the sport.
Yes. No matter what, he just has to be in the sport.
He's too good to fire. I'll take an 8-4 season at Ole Miss if it means he keeps trolling. Hell, give me a 7-5 down year.
Right.
Do not fire this man. Keep him at all costs.
A good point from listeners, too. Thank you for the correction to come full circle. Bronco Mendenhall went to Virginia. And then he was
after BYU, right?
And then I believe he was fired at Virginia.
Yeah,
because he's no longer the head coach of
Virginia.
He
had dyed blonde hair.
He did, the blonde-haired legend.
You threw me off on that.
He's now at Utah State. He's back in your conference.
There you go.
He's back in the pack. Bronco Mendenhall.
Bring him back to Oregon State. Once upon a time was there.
He was, yeah.
You threw me off because you said that so confidently, his name.
Yeah.
And then I started questioning myself, but I knew you were talking about Harsin. I just couldn't remember his name.
I couldn't either. I was connecting my BYU Boise State coaches, mixing them up.
Bees
and the bees and all that kind of stuff. College football is near, though, man. Every time you get the media days, I get excited.
I do too.
Greg Sankey's ranting today at SEC
we
Media Days.
We deserve all the teams.
I mean, it basically seems like, according to Greg Sankey, this is one of those topics that I'm sure is tiring for some, and it is for us, unquestionably, the playoff format stuff.
Yeah, I'm so exhausted.
I'm willing to put my money on it now that nothing gets decided and we just stay as is.
I mean, he threw that out. He said there's real possibility it just stays at 12.
I mean, we're the SEC, so we're going to get 4 in every year. The Big Ten's going to get 4 in every year.
What we know is a non-group of 4 will never have a bye again.
We'll never have a bye again.
Never going to happen.
And the biggest winner in all of this, if it does continue and they don't reshape the format again, is unquestionably Notre Dame. Because Notre Dame was locked out in the past iteration of this with having a chance to have a first-round bye.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yep. I mean, look, they got to the Natty. I mean, you got to
great program.
Give them that credit.
Play a conference championship game, you know?
It is the one thing about it I hate, but, like, they got to the Natty.
Yeah, they did last year. So there you go. There's a little college football for you to cleanse your palate. That feel good?
It did feel good.
Feel good in your mouth? You like that? A little college football, eating it up, getting ready for the season to go?
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. Let's play Sprague's Home Run Derby game. Can we win this game? Next on The Fan.
Thank
Every day.
All right, we'll get back into the rankings that always make people lose their minds. Coming up in 13 minutes.
Yong Hansen, #1 power rank player from the Summer League.
He's #1 in my heart, man. #1 in my heart.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I had moments where I'm like, does he start over Donovan? Does he have that moment? 7-2.
He is 7-2.
Passes the ball.
Get his ass in there.
Want to see them both play.
Play them at the same time. Klingen and Yang.
And look, we put a poll question up early for all the people who are like, well, you serious? Why would Donovan play Summer League? I'd say, why not?
Yeah, I don't get that mindset at all. He's young. He didn't have. I mean, he was fine as a rookie. We're not criticizing him, telling you he's a bust. I wasn't blown away with the way that he played, though. He clearly had conditioning issues. I don't understand why you wouldn't take every avenue possible.
He averaged
to get better.
6 and 7.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you, go dominate in Summer League? Isn't that a better feeling going into year 2 if you go out there and average 12 and 10 in Summer League year 2?
You know what's funny is when I sit down to watch the first Yong Hansen game, I did tell my brother-in-law, I was like, in all seriousness, I'm excited to see what this cat's going to be. The attention should really be on Ryan Rupert. This is his 3rd Summer League. The dude averaged, I think, 19 in the G League. If he's really going to be a rotational piece that they're going to tout, he should kind of dominate Summer League.
Yes.
And he ended up having a great night that night.
He
kind of got overshadowed by Yong Hansen.
First night he did.
Not a good second game, but that was actually the more serious way to watch that game. And Yong ended up taking over the conversation, but it should have been more on Ryan Rupert because it was his 3rd Summer League.
Yeah, if you can't dominate Summer League in year 3, there's some problems there. I do love Caleb Love just chucking it, dude. That guy's going to take so many shots every
Love.
game. Oh, yeah, here
Nice.
we go. Yeah. That's the answer that we're looking for.
7?
A smaller, worse version of Gary Trent Jr., a guy who's never seen a shot he doesn't like and doesn't know how to pass the ball. It's exactly what we need on this team. The Home Run Derby is tonight,
yes,
baby.
Yes, it is.
Are we going to watch the Home Run Derby?
Yeah, I'll watch some of it.
Background or actually watch? Doing stuff, it's just on the TV.
Background.
We're not going to actually sit down and glue into it.
Well, I'm doing basketball stuff today, and that will end about the time this starts, so I'll miss maybe the beginning festivities.
Dude, remember, they got to do the whole intro. It takes 45 minutes to start.
Well, so
they got to put a stage out there. They got to do the player announcements.
Do you know the format?
I'm assuming it's the same as last year.
Which was?
Where you hit as many dingers as you can in
2 minutes
in a
or whatever?
2-minute stretch.
Okay.
You got your bonus balls at the end, brought to you by whatever company's spending money to do it.
Brought to you by.
Brought to you by. So I'm assuming it's the same, but I don't know. So Home Run Derby is tonight. I do know that Cal Raleigh is in the Home Run Derby.
Okay, so let's start with this. Let's cue up the music, please. We're going to play Do You Know the Home Run Derby?
Okay.
Can you name the players in the Home Run Derby tonight?
Cal Raleigh.
Oh, can we do it correct?
I don't have a dinger.
I got it.
Hit me the dinger.
Can you name another one?
Jazz Chisholm.
Correct.
I randomly saw a tweet on that last week. He was an addition, I believe, for somebody.
Sprague's
who's Acuna's out?
No, that's who he replaced.
He replaced me.
Oh, yeah, he replaced Acuna, right? No?
There's a Brave.
There's a Brave in?
There's a Brave in there.
There's a Brave in there.
Yep.
Is it going Ozuna? No.
He's a white.
I mean, you guys are 80 games below 500. They let you be in the All-Star weekend?
Not 80 games below 500. That'd be a record.
I mean, I thought you had to be 500 to be incorporated in the weekend.
No, there's a few players on this list that are not over 500.
Matt Olson?
Mundo.
Matt Olson, okay.
Yes.
He's in the Home Run Derby, huh?
Yeah.
How many bombs does he have this year? Okay, don't get sidetracked.
Name. That's 3 so far.
How many are in there? How many names do I got to have?
8.
Oh, God.
You got 3-8.
We're a long ways away here.
I read 2 in my update
There's
that
2
you
names.
haven't mentioned.
Are there names that I know, or how many names do I don't know?
One guy actually had a really unique thing happen to him a couple games ago.
Oh.
There's a bigger name that you haven't named. Not a bigger name, but there's a big name from a crappy team that a great pitcher plays for and can't get wins from.
Who's the player for the Pirates that's in the Home Run Derby?
Come on.
Who's hitting bombs? Oh, O'Neal Cruz?
There you go.
Yeah, he's got to be in there. He's hitting dangers.
And I got to be honest, there's a couple
120
names
miles
on
an
this
hour.
list I haven't heard of.
I think they finally got rid of Pete Alonso, right?
Yeah,
We're not
he's
doing that
in.
anymore.
Polar Bear's out.
Thank God.
Yeah.
That wet blanket just ruined all the fun.
There's a Minnesota Twin.
Trevor Larnach.
Beeves, but no.
Carlos Correa torched his ankle again. I saw that. I know he's not in there. Who the hell? I don't know. I don't know.
Double B.
I can name
They
any
call
other-
him Double B.
Oh, Brian Buxton.
Yeah.
He's in the home run derby?
Yes, he is.
How many home runs does he have?
I'll tell.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right, I got follow-up questions
Fun
here.
fact, Byron Buxton had bobblehead night 2 games ago, hit for the cycle.
Oh, that's pretty badass.
I mean, talk about unique things to happen on a bobblehead
That's
night.
pretty damn cool. All right, I'm at 6. I got 2 more names?
No.
No? 3 more names?
3 more names.
Oh, God.
One was in my update.
You know
We're not
I don't-
listening to your
I'm not
updates.
listening to your update.
I know, but it makes it more fun. For me.
Abolish.
I think I give up. I don't know if I can name anybody
James Wood,
else. For the Nationals.
Washington Nationals. Junior Caminero.
Sure.
I hope I said that right.
For Tigers, even Detroit? Where's he at?
Rays.
Yeah, Rays.
And everybody's favorite, Brent Rooker.
Brent Rooker's in the All-Star or the home run derby?
Now, let's do the double-up
Dude,
follow-up game.
Can we play the fun follow-up game, too, of is this the worst home run derby grouping of all time?
It's hard not to say it isn't.
What's
How
the
many home runs does Cal Raleigh have?
38, I believe.
Rectamundo.
He ended up 1 behind Bonds or tied. Did Bonds
One
have
behind.
38? 1 behind?
He beat Griffey, but he won behind Bonds.
I know he hit a couple. Yeah, so 38.
How many home runs does James Wood have?
24.
Wow.
Did I get it right?
24.
Ah!
Junior
Let's go.
Caminero.
I couldn't even tell you who he played for. 17.
He plays for the Rays again.
Okay,
For
Rays.
the second time.
When's the last time you watch a Rays game? They got pedophiles on their team. I'm out, dude.
He's not on that team anymore. He's in a prison.
Somebody's going to sign him. He's not going to prison. You not see that? He's not going to prison. I
How is
believe
that possible?
I believe somebody. I think it's the mom of the girls
Well,
going
she
to
was
prison.
participating
She
in
was
it.
participating.
She got like
She's-
8 years.
She's going to prison.
Yeah.
Prison.
Yeah.
This dude's like, he's walking. He's paying a fine and walking.
sure about that?
I'm pretty confident in that.
Gotta be
Wait till
confident
that
to say out
baseball
loud.
team signing him.
Well, they didn't sign Bauer. I don't think you're going to touch Wander Franco.
Marcell Ozuna got another shot.
He has 23 homers. Byron
not
Buxton.
bad.
How many home runs does Byron Buxton
I don't feel
have?
like Buxton's a home run hitter. He's a speed guy. Am I
He's
wrong
in
on
the
that?
home run derby.
That's why I'm confused. I'll say 20. No, not
21, Bob.
good. Okay, close. I was in the
21,
ballpark there. I was in the ballpark.
Brent Rooker.
26.
I couldn't tell you what position Brent Rooker plays.
Could you tell me what team he played for?
Not before seeing the list.
Because I think I know, but I don't know.
Oh,
I'm sure I
wait.
don't
Wait,
know.
guess.
I'm going to guess the A's. Is it the A's?
No.
Okay.
He's got 20, by the way.
20.
20 dingers.
Come on.
Well, don't worry. Matt Olson.
Your charity case?
Yeah.
What's he
big
got?
charity
16? How many has he got?
What'd you
Close?
guess?
16? Is it worse than that?
17.
17, okay.
17. Matt Olson has 17 dingers. Chaz Chisholm, torpedo bat week 1 of
Yes.
the season.
He's going to hit 80 of these.
Yeah, take the bat away. Chaz Chisholm, how many dingers does Chaz Chisholm have?
I mean, he plays on a softball field where you hit
he
basically
does.
a routine fly ball to right and it goes out. I'm going to say
he does.
23.
Ooh, you'd be wrong. 17.
17. Get him out, dude. Why is he in the home run
I feel like he
derby?
had 2 in the opening weekend, so he's had 15 since like April.
Since it's the end of June or July.
And last,
Who's my last guy?
but certainly not least,
definitely not least.
O'Neal Cruz, Pittsburgh Pirates. How many dingers?
I'm going to go 18. I feel like he's an exit velocity guy, not a high volume home run guy. He's the guy who hits them and you go, wow. But he doesn't have a ton. I'll go 18.
Can I ask you a quick question before I confirm or deny
Yes.
your answer? Why do we need to know the exit velocity of a home run hit?
How hard a guy hits it.
But
It's
why?
cool.
It's cool, man.
Is it?
Yeah, but it doesn't
It
really
is
do
to
a
some
lot for
people.
me.
That's
but-
104.8 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Okay, and
I
left.
just assume it's made up, honestly.
I assume it is hit hard. It left the building.
Yeah, I'll go 18. But, yeah, no. Worse than that? If it's worse than that,
16.
that's pretty bad, dude.
There is a real conversation to be had because I went and looked at the history of this event
Yeah.
because I haven't cared about it in a long time. Adley was probably the last one I really cared about.
Hitting both sides of the plate in Seattle
That
with his
was
dad
cool.
throwing to him. That was badass.
Name-wise, they've been able to actually keep good names in this contest. It has not been the NBA Slam Dunk.
This is a slam dunk contest.
This is the Slam Dunk contest year for them.
Where's Aaron Judge? Is he hurt? Why isn't he doing it?
He didn't want to do it.
He didn't want to do it?
He backed out.
Scared of Cal Raleigh.
Baby back B.
Look, Cal Raleigh's certainly a great name. I think of the first half, Cal Raleigh's kind of my name, the player, what's the first half? Cal Raleigh.
He's the story.
He is the story.
Yeah, I mean, 38 bombs at the All-Star break's insane.
I'll
For
be
a
pulling
catcher,
for him tonight.
both sides of the plate. He's really the only guy I care to watch tonight. Why is Ohtani not doing it?
Well, he's just started pitching again. I think he's resting.
He's been swinging the bat for the last 2 years.
Elbow thing.
Resting.
Maybe.
He's thrown 3 innings every week.
Last poll question, or last game show question, home run derby related.
Yeah, what do you got?
Who has the farthest hit home run in a home run derby?
Oh, like all time?
Yeah. Since they've been doing this event.
It's got to be somebody from the 1998 to 2004 window, I would think.
See, I'm thinking of one player in particular.
There is one player very synonymous with this event, and it wouldn't surprise you the name.
Longest hit ball. I remember Josh.
Also, I don't know how we categorize this. Is it where the ball lands? Because Griffey famously hit the building in Baltimore.
He did, yeah.
And if that building ain't there, that thing's maybe 600 feet.
I did see Cal Raleigh almost pumped one out of Safeco last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He almost got one out of the ballpark. That was like the second furthest ball hit there. That'd be cool if he did that tonight.
Has anybody hit one out of Safeco?
No, somebody came close. I think it was Stanton or Judge came like top row
Hit
in
the
left
T-Mobile
field,
sign?
like basically up there. I don't think anybody's ever got one out of the entire stadium.
Give me the name of the player with the furthest home run and what's your best guess of the distance?
I also, can I say this? I call BS on home run distances.
Yeah, I do too.
I think they're all made up.
I do too.
I think we're just guesstimating, and it's some nerd with a launch angle and an exit velocity that tells you that.
Well, they
probably
do have
went that
actual
far.
technology.
No, they don't. No, they don't. I'm going to go the first people that jump into my mind, because if you tell me it's not Griffey in Baltimore, that would have been a year I thought of. Hamilton at Yankee Stadium stands out to me, but I don't know if any of them were the furthest hit. I remember McGuire at Fenway hitting 800-foot tanks over the Monster.
Yeah, but the Monsters...
But they're all clean. I mean, that's what I'm saying. They they were out of the stadium across the street to he's hitting them to
train tracks.
Exactly. Final answer. I'll go McGuire. Give me McGuire. Not McGuire.
Now, what's your distance guess?
5:17. No, it's got to be longer than that. 5:25.
Correct answer. Sammy Sosa.
Sammy Sosa, right era.
5:24.
Oh, close.
Very close.
What year was it? Did it say?
Give me a second here.
Because he was in that Fenway one, too. I'll never forget. Because that was, remember Ted Williams was getting wheeled out there? Ortner wasn't alive.
No,
it was 2002.
2002.
Milwaukee.
They had his old ass before his head went frozen. They were wheeling him around the field. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, that was in Milwaukee? Okay, I was thinking Fenway.
Did he hit the slide?
Milwaukee was famously...
He hit above and past the slide.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Famously the tied All-Star game.
Yeah.
That then led to the All-Star game deciding home field advantage in the World Series.
One of the greatest All-Star moments, Torrey Hunter robbing Barry Bonds of a home run in center field.
And then he picked him up as
and
he was
picked
running
him up.
off the
That
field.
was great.
Yeah, great moments.
There you go.
I enjoyed the game. Home run derbies tonight.
I failed all of those questions, by the way. I played that game, and I... Brent Rooker?
I'm here for Cal Raleigh. That's a cool story. Excited to watch him tonight. Outside of that...
Junior Caminero?
I think it's Caminero.
Sure.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
The Miz.
Jazz Chisholm, I mean, he hits the ball hard, so maybe he's...
It's a name.
Fun of O'Neal Cruz,
He was on the cover of a video game, Chisholm.
He was.
As a Marlin.
It was a little out of pocket.
Or was that?
Yeah, he was a Marlin. He was on the cover of the show.
That's
what
right.
Video?
Okay.
He was on the cover of the show?
3 years ago? 2 years ago? 3 years ago? Yeah, Jazz Chisholm was the cover athlete of the show.
Even Jazz Chisholm surprised him too, probably.
As a guy who occasionally plays the show, I remember buying the game thinking, what? Okay.
Are you going to watch?
Did everybody else say no? It'll be on my TV.
I could also see myself turning it off eventually and just going, oh, he won. Okay.
I have an issue with the format not showing you the ball.
Yeah,
Agreed.
you
like show me the whole home run.
They'll just hit it and you see the number change.
And then you can't wait, how far did that one go?
But then that turns it into a 4.5-hour event.
Yeah, trim the field. There's clearly some fat in this field. Let's just go with a Final Four.
I mean, you've got 16 and 17 home run guys in this
They should not be in the home run derby. Yeah. Matt Olson, thanks for coming. Go sit your ass on the bench.
Why don't we just do a top 4? Do we need to do like 8 guys?
We got new college football playoff formatting debate going on now here. How many automatic bids should we have into the home run derby?
I don't need 8 dudes. Just give me 4.
Ted, no agree with you there. Home run derbies tonight. There's your home run derby trivia game, and now hopefully you're now educated on what's going to transpire tonight. The ranking that always gets people hot and bothered, right or wrong. Next, first here's us with the update.
This is an Open Championship Week edition of Dirt and Sprague.
Brought to you by Langdon Farms Golf Club.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on 1080 The Fan.
First on the fan, the Palms Resort has now thrown in a new Uno social club that they will be offering just off the strip in Las Vegas.
Oh, I wanted to talk about this.
You are going to now be able, it's unclear if you're going to be able
Uno.
to gamble on Uno,
Yes.
but you can play Uno in the casinos.
Yes.
Yeah, it won't be a regular game, I think I read, but they're doing it as a promotional thing for a week that you can go play Uno for money.
It looked like it was going to be longer than a week.
I want to hit a dealer
well.
with a draw 4 and then laugh and win.
Would you win money at Uno?
How do you win money?
You win.
You win Uno.
You win Uno.
So I
Say
got to
Uno and you drop that card.
like, here's the $5 Uno table, and then you just put your $5 in, and
you
then
play.
if you win, you
That's
win
a
it all.
long game to only win $5.
I'd rather play Uno than lose in blackjack in 2 seconds.
Damn it.
At least it stretch out a little longer. That's a fun fact. Here's a fun fact. The wood frog spends 7 months of its year completely frozen. Alaskan frogs freeze almost completely at the start of winter. 2/3 of their body go from water into ice.
Whoa.
Their heart stops beating, their blood stops flowing, and their eyes close. And as soon as winter is over and they defrost, it's as if they had never fallen asleep.
It sounds like a great nap, man. I bet they feel refreshed, ready to go.
Absolutely.
It's like an ice bath for a couple of months. That's great. This is kind of fun. I don't know if you'd be willing to buy it, but let's play Guess the Price. Michael Scott's actual condo from The Office that he bought in the show, hung his plasma TV on the wall with St. Pauli Girl, is up for sale.
It's a real condo.
You can actually buy the condo. Guess the price.
$700.
That gotta be $2 million.
$700,000. Michael Scott's condo.
What's the square footage and layout?
I can look. I'll look it up. Tell you after the.
So the inside of that condo is a real
that's
condo?
an actual real condo that they filmed in.
It's not
and
a
it
bad
is-
layout.
It's now up for sale for $700,000.
You have to have that TV hung on that condo if you buy it, right?
3-bedroom, 3-bath,
That's pretty good.
1,400 square feet.
Where at?
Reseda, California.
Okay. You got to have that small plasma TV as a
You got to put it.
You gotta
the
have
St.
it.
Pauli Girl on the wall. It's got to be. You have to do it.
More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Will Ortner from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your favorite fan show.
right, welcome back in, 8:38. I saw this morning, and every time I see it, I get excited because it tells me.
Is it me?
No, yes, I did get excited when I saw you. We're back at work, and the grind continues. No, our ranking of quarterbacks came out according to NFL executives, general managers, and scouts. They have come out with their top 10 definitive quarterback rankings.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of things that I don't know about football, I'll readily admit.
Yeah.
And I see these lists, and I'm like, I know more than this person doing this ranking, and they have a job in the NFL.
They do. I will give you the top 10. We'll make fun of some people along the way, and then we'll ask the question, what's the biggest whiff?
Ooh.
Is it an over-ranking, an under-ranking, a missing name? What's the biggest whiff for all of us?
Okay.
So your top 10 goes as follows from the beginning to the end. Patrick Mahomes, shockingly number
You're
one.
not going to start with... You're not going to start with interior offensive linemen?
I'm not going to go offensive lineman interior rankings. I don't think so.
I want to see the metrics of these clicked article, the difference between the quarterback and the interior offensive lineman.
Nobody's. Will Ortner might be the only one on the planet that's reading that. I care about guard play. Nobody else does.
I'll read it and glance at it just to be like, okay, I memorize that name.
Oh,
or
yeah.
like, I recognize that dude.
That's a name I should know.
That guy.
He's, according to the NFL, a top 10 offensive lineman in the game.
That guy.
I mean, we all know that they're needed to win football games. We know that, but it's not sexy to talk about.
Fat guys need more love.
Fat guys do need more love. I'll agree with you there. Patrick Mahomes, number one, shocking. Somebody ranked Patrick Mahomes the fourth best quarterback in the NFL.
This is kind of what I'm talking about. Like, who is that person? What are they currently doing?
Who were the three that they had ahead of Patrick Mahomes?
I'd love to know.
I'd love to know the logic.
In fact, I would say this. Who put was this a Fowler piece?
Yes, Jeremy Fowler.
If Jeremy Fowler does a good job at this, right? He gets people to participate. What I would say as a follow-up,
Name names.
I don't need to name names. Just give me that person's three quarterbacks he had ahead of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, show me that ranking.
That's all I care about. You don't have to tell the name, the team, the conference, nothing. Just say the person who had him the lowest, fourth, had these three ranked above, just so I can go, you're insane.
Yes. Number two, no surprise, Josh Allen. Somebody also ranked him fourth. Last year he was third, so he moved up from 3 to 2.
Again, you're not taking three quarterbacks above Josh Allen.
No, you're not. He was pretty damn good last year without a number one wide receiver. Joe Burrow, number 3, smoking that Joe Burrow.
See, I think this is when we start to get into the embrace debate football conversation.
So you feel like 1 and 2 are concrete, Sharpie written, Allen, Mahomes.
If you told me that, like, hey, try to nail down the most universal 1-2, yeah, I'd say those were probably it.
I think I agree with you there.
I would say everybody, despite how I feel, no matter what, I would say most people in America that are football fans, that's the 1-2.
Joe Burrow had an incredible year last year. His offensive line was horrible.
100%.
Their defense was one of the worst in the NFL. And he led the NFL in passing yards and touchdowns, almost 5,000 passing yards, 43 touchdowns, and 1 comeback player of the year. I believe he had 70% completion rate against the backdrop of all the pressure that he had. Like, just an insane year for Joe Burrow. And he is the perfect example of why giving quarterbacks credit for wins and losses can be a very misleading thing. Joe Burrow, you can argue, was the best quarterback in the NFL last year. Statistically speaking, you could argue he's the best quarterback in the league last year.
He was the first player in NFL history with 250 passing yards and 3 touchdowns in 8 straight games.
Insane. He was dominant. Yeah. And how far did the Bengals go in the playoffs?
No, they didn't go.
That's right. They didn't even make it. Yeah. Why did they make it? Because it's a team game. He's right. He cannot clutch. Lamar Jackson came in 4th. We joked about it earlier. Somebody ranked him 6th. What are you smoking? I'd love to know. Jaden Daniels at number 5. His highest ranking was number 5. So nobody had him ranked higher than that. So
lowest was 10.
Lowest was 10.
There's some guys that were unranked on this top 10 list.
Not a lot of fear from NFL executives that he will have that second-year dip that we've seen from some of these other players. So Jaden Daniels comes in at 5. Stafford's the only guy over the age of 30 in this ranking, I believe. He's coming in at 6th. Somebody had him unranked. Somebody had him at number 4.
I thought, I love me some Matty Stafford. Like, Hall of Fame dude, glad he got his ring. One of the tougher players of the position I've ever seen in my life. I thought this was a bit high.
A little bit high. He did not have a great year last year, statistically speaking. Their defense really carried him for most of the year.
You don't need to know about my fantasy football team, but what I will tell you about it is we had Matt Stafford.
He let you down last year.
And he was a disaster as a fantasy football player, which means his numbers were pretty awful.
Yeah.
He finished strong, but, man, most of that year, I was very underwhelmed. I thought his age was kind of showing.
Yeah.
We'll see what it's going to be this year. He was in high demand potentially to be traded to a Giants, but this was another one for me that I'm like, I'm not mad if he's in your top 10. If he's healthy and in a playoff game, you're going to feel good. I thought this was a bit high.
Justin Herbert, embrace debate, coming in at number 7. Somebody had him as high as number 3 in their top 10. Some people had him unranked as well. So he comes in at 7. The rounding out of the top 10, Jared Goff, number 8. Jalen Hurts, number 9.
I'm really surprised by that one.
And Baker Mayfield, number 10.
Baker's fine at 10. I think Baker has done more than enough to say he's a top 10 quarterback. If
He
you
definitely
have him at
deserves it,
12,
yeah.
whatever. We're nitpicking. Jalen only being 9 after winning the Super Bowl, and you can say, well, the defense and the pass rush and the offensive line play and 100%. I'm not even trying to say it's all him. Usually you see the Commanders got to the NFC title game, right? What did we see from that? Daniels' top 5 bump. C.J. Stroud and the Texans shocked the world. He is a stellar rookie who gets the divisional round. What do we see from that? Top 7.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude won the quarterback, or he's the quarterback of the Super Bowl team. And I just was surprised he was only 9.
I was genuinely surprised, too. According to Jeremy Fowler, he writes, more than a few voters see shades of Russell Wilson.
Yep.
Hurts has many traits that contribute to winning at a high level, but he needs a steady run game around him and won't necessarily thrive in a pass-heavy system.
I would make an argument pretty sizable chunk of this list needs that, too, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
A run game,
yeah.
an offensive line to trust. How
I mean,
about having a great defense?
Going back to the Joe Burrow point, it doesn't matter how good you are. If your offensive line is ass and your defense is one of the worst in the league, you're not going to go to the playoffs. It doesn't matter how good you are.
Yeah.
So it takes a village to win at the highest level. I'm with you. I have no problem voting Jalen Hurts number 9. There's a lot of these guys that I think absolutely unquestionably in my mind are better quarterbacks than him.
Mm-hmm.
But the NFL usually doesn't operate that way. Usually the way that we react to this stuff is what's the most recent thing we've seen? He won a Super Bowl. He's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Sure.
And Hurts 2-3 years ago, there was a legit debate people were having is he better than Lamar Jackson? And that was before he won the Super Bowl. And he was great in that playoff run, was great in the Super Bowl, and then they fell off a little bit the following season, and now they're back and they've won. But I'm glad that the NFL didn't overreact because I think 9 is very fair for him. What is the biggest overranking or underranking in your mind?
I think,
or most egregious miss? Is there somebody that should be on the list that's not on the list?
I mean, there's guys that didn't, like Stroud fell out of it.
Stroud and Love not in the
fell
top
out
10
of it.
anymore.
Dak, he was hurt. He didn't play. He fell out of it.
A year ago at this time, all we could talk about in the NFL was Jordan Love and C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
That was it.
And Love did get hurt to his, to be fair to him, but
He did.
also he had moments when he played that were, I guess, a little less than, but I've seen both sides of this now where the advanced analytics crowd were like, look at this metric. He's
His
still
EPA
amazing.
on third down.
Right. And I see games where I'm like, I think the biggest overreach is probably Stafford for me at 6.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
I mean, I don't know if I have another one. I'm a little more of a Lamar guy than maybe some. And so I do think it's worthy to say, it's debatable between Burrow and Lamar. I have no problems with Burrow. I love Joe Burrow. Obviously a great winner. But some guys get blamed for losses and other guys, the roster is blamed for the loss.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even telling you that one is right. I think it's a team game, and I think you need a complete roster. And you can certainly counter with, well, Sprague, Baltimore's roster is better in this, and that. And I'd probably say you're right. But, like, the minute Lamar loses, it's Lamar.
Yeah, I can't win.
If Joe Burrow didn't make the playoffs, it's everything else. And certainly would not be mad at that because context. But I just find the narrative on some guys versus other guys interesting, to say the least.
When Lamar doesn't win a playoff game, nobody brings up, hey, has he ever really had a true number 1 wide receiver? Throwing to Jamar Chase, kind of fun.
It was Mark Andrews forever.
Is that Jamar Chase guy pretty good at catching the ball? Does that help you as a quarterback?
Also,
Does that make
T.
you
Higgins
T.
is
Higgins?
number 2.
Pretty good catching the football. It makes life a little bit easier as a quarterback. So, yeah, it is funny the excuses we come up with.
I think
agree with
Herbert's exactly right.
Yeah, I have no issue with her. I think it's fair to him. He's certainly deserving of being in the conversation. You don't want to put him higher because he hasn't won a playoff game or have big moments or hasn't been good here. Like, totally fine with that. You can't tell me there's 10 quarterbacks in the league that are better than Justin Herbert. You just can't.
Well, no, somebody had him unranked. If you had him 8 or 9 even, I'd be okay with that. The weird thing about him is the way his career is kind of unfolding before our eyes.
Yeah.
He's got 21,093 passing yards, which is the most in NFL history through 5 seasons.
Yeah.
He averaged 35 passes per game, and then last year Greg Roman came in. That went down to 29.6.
Running the ball.
He has 3 interceptions on 504 attempts, marked for the lowest interception rate by any qualified quarterback since Tom Brady in 2016. Hasn't won a playoff game.
Has not won a playoff game.
And so, and then has a playoff moment where he throws 3 picks, 4 picks. What was it in that game?
I think it was 4, the Texans
whatever
game?
it was. It's just, It's a weird career.
It's a very weird
and
career.
And there's something about that stupid helmet, logo, and team.
The organization.
It's the Phil Rivers thing. It's like, I know this dude's great, but people don't always think he's great. But, like, I think it's the team. He's had a weird career.
I think anybody who plays for the Chargers goes on, unless you're like LaDainian Tomlinson, you're going to probably have a weird career. That is your top 10 quarterback rankings.
What about you?
To me, it's 100% Matthew Stafford. And I'm a Stafford guy. Saying he's the 6th best quarterback in the NFL still is laughable. Like, it's just, there's not a world that exists that he's the number 6 quarterback in the league. I think they can have a great year this year. I think they're maybe the team to beat in the NFC West. He was like 23 touchdowns and 10 picks last year or something. Like,
well, their defense is
terrible.
What changed
their defense
their
carries them. He
yeah.
can win in that system still, but
like
we got to move on from the nostalgia play there. 4 years ago, sure, he was top 5 guy, can't miss for me. But at this point, no, he's not. He's not the 6th best quarterback in the NFL. Let's wrap it up. Send you your way on a Monday next on the Fan.
Check out the Fan. On 1080 The Fan.
All right, welcome back in. Home Run Derby tonight. Let's close up with our poll results from earlier today. Talk a lot about Blazers Summer League. Yong Hansen. There's already a clip out there of me. I'm sure that every Blazer fan hates it because I didn't say he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but that's out, and you can go catch all of those clips, youtube.com.
Well, you're even negative on yourself.
Yeah.
You're negative of your clip.
You're negative of my clip. People don't like clips. People don't listen to the entire thing, and then they hear a clip, and they think they know my take on everything.
The show sucks. I've seen a clip.
And then my favorite is when I see comments from people who will basically say things that they're saying that I said that I did not say at all.
Oh.
And Dirt claims that we can't get a good player with the 11th overall pick. Like, I literally never said that. Said I'd rather have a higher pick. I think your chances are better at getting a better player.
Yeah, but they misconstrue.
I never said there was 0% chance you could get a good player with the 11th pick.
But I think it's more misconstruing like, hey, the odds and history of the league say that you're not getting an all-star with that pick versus if you're in the top 5.
Your percentages go up.
Your percentages are up of an all-star caliber player.
That's what the history of
the
the league tells us.
Well,
right?
Dirt says you can't ever have a good player.
Should Donovan Clingan log Summer League minutes? Yes or no? 73% of you say yes, love to see it. Some people are saying no. Why?
But one person say, why would you? And I said, well, why would you not? And they said, well, you're taking minutes away from Young. And I said, it's Summer League. Play them both. What do I care?
Who's the other center on their Summer League roster? I got to be honest with you. When Young subbed out, I changed the channel.
Everybody's doing that.
It's like I don't need to see Caleb Love.
I mean, I'm not changing the channel, but I'm not paying attention as much.
Which quarterback would you rather have, Burrow or Lamar Jackson? Right now, Burrow with a 60-40 lead on old Lamar Jackson. That will do it for us, folks. Great to be back. If you missed any of the show, go check the podcast, 1080thefan.com, at Dirt and Sprague and at 1080thefan. Of course, YouTube as well, where all the videos will be up. Brett Ciancia was our guest, Pick 6 previews. He picked Oregon to win the national championship. When? Got to listen to the interview to find out. That will do it for us. Thanks for being a part of our Monday. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Colin is next. Listening to 1080 The Fan.